Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there, YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box. And today we are talking Spider-Man. What's up, cigars? We just got you
So
just as we were going live, so I had to wait for good times here. Where did it? All right,
was
so
good, guys.
there we go. This is a little banner. So everybody coming in, we'll have this up while we talk spoilers. And if we go on to another subject, we'll take this down so people know we're not talking spoilers anymore. I think this is a good logical way to do this.
Using logic, minds, that's a bad idea.
Right. But Lou's got to get ready for work. So, Lou, what did you think of Spider-Man No Way Home?
The best Spider-Man movie we have gotten ever. A plus. It brought things from conception all the way to where we at right now. And my question is, how can it get any better? It was
Wow.
awesome. It's that good. Like, my wife saw it. She's willing to see it again.
That's pretty good. My wife didn't even go with me. I had to see it by myself. I was lonely.
If you was in New York, man, I would have definitely went with you for 2 or 3 showings.
Well, I'm gonna not gonna blow my load. I mean, it's $20 a show if I want to see it in IMAX, and I feel it kind of deserves IMAX treatment. So what I'll
IMAX
do
treatment the
is just
first
buy the
time.
4K.
IMAX treatment the first time. Then you can go a little bit low the second time.
You guys make me feel cheap because I went and saw mine for $8.46.
You went to like an NCG or something, didn't you?
I went IMAX.
Now I saw mine at a regular theater. The only thing is that I had front row seats, so I'm like this.
Oh God!
But it was perfect because I was dozing off. My wife would nudge me. I'm like, "Thank you," because I was up for 24 hours, and then she would fall asleep because, or dim lighting, being comfortable sitting and having like a good meal in your stomach, gave her the itis, and she started closing her eyes. So me and her like having a nudging contest, and it's not because of the movie. It's because we're exhausted. I've been up for 24 hours. She's been up for almost 24 hours, and she doesn't know how to stay up for that long. I do.
Wow.
But being in a very, dim setting, watching this stuff, you're listening to the exposition, you get comfortable, like, okay, you kind of hypnotized, and then, oh, that happened.
Well, it sounds like you need to see it again. That's for sure.
Oh, no, I'm definitely seeing it again. I'm going Christmas.
All right. Well, Christmas is going to be another busy day. Christmas is the busiest day in any movie theater for the most part. It's like their busiest time of the year, which is it flabbergasts me because I know personally I try not to go anywhere on Christmas Day. It's just why make these people work? Don't do that.
Well, I know people work. It's just like I would like to go out and say, to people, Merry Christmas, how you today? Just simple stuff like that, and people appreciate it. I know because I've worked several Christmases, several New Year's, all the holidays. Like, I'm one of those grinders. But this year, Christmas Day, I'm coming home from work, so I appreciate the people working in transit.
Mhm.
Appreciate the NYPD, the MTA, and everybody else that's working, the EMTs, the doctors, the nurses, everybody that's still on. Gotta tip my hat to them because even people get sick on Christmas. People get hurt on Christmas.
Yeah,
God
they
forbid.
do. They do.
God
But I
forbid.
just try not to add to it personally. I just try to stay home, just so people can enjoy their Christmas. Hopefully they get the time off because I'm not one of the people making the numbers of more things going on. But I get where you're coming from too. So
Yeah.
I'm not knocking your choices. I'm just
Yeah, for sure. To each their own. Everybody chooses the way they want to respect others. Some people do what you do. Some people do what I do. I just like to do it because, one, if I got to do something, I got to do something. Just saying. I got to go out. I got to go out.
Well, I just got out of the movie, which is why we're starting so late. And thank you everybody who were able to get here this quickly and just get in here. I literally just got home and started making the artwork, which I should have done before I left because I had time, but I procrastinated.
Shame on you.
I procrastinated. You know, I was too busy. I don't even know what I was doing. I just was
You was
procrastinating.
playing with Spider-Gwen. That's what happened.
She is an awesome figure. You will understand when you get her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My Rex is about to ship.
Yes, I got my notification. Rex.
I
has
think
shipped
like
today.
everybody must have gotten their
They
notice.
notified me yesterday
But
and
they
said
didn't.
it's
They
shipping
didn't
tomorrow. I was like,
get any email. I just saw that I was preparing to ship, and I'm like, what?
If I don't get a tracking tonight, then I'm assuming that it's gonna be like Iron Patriot and Fat Thor, where they took the money, said it's preparing to ship, but it'll be another 15 days before I get it.
Another. Well, I wouldn't mind that since I won't be here when it comes, and so
oh yeah.
I will be like, I can if it doesn't come to ship till next week, I'll be okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's,
You're like,
let's
this
talk
is the one
Spider-Man
time
first,
I'm gonna
guys.
let it slide, Sideshow, because I got plans.
Speaking
Let's
of
talk
a
Spider-Man
sideshow,
first, though. So for those who've seen it, you obviously know the movie starts out pretty much right where the last one left off, which was an interesting choice. I liked it. It kind of gave you the impression that they had like no time to themselves though before this all happened, and I was a little sad by that. A little sad that Peter and MJ didn't get any real time together. It was considering especially what happens at the end of the movie. But it does leave for me to believe that Ned could become Hobgoblin.
which version?
Ned Leeds Hobgoblin.
Ned Leeds is Hobgoblin, where he's imbued with magic and all that other stuff. He dabbles in.
Well, they
He was
showed
doing
you
Doctor
that
Strange shit.
He was doing the Doctor Strange stuff.
I think that's where they're going with it, but I don't know how they're going to get that actor to translate unless he's secretly wearing a fat suit all the time now.
No,
Because,
he's been losing weight. Maybe they're just letting him, lose it at a natural level and not, here you need to lose 180 pounds overnight.
I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think they're not going to pursue the Hobgoblin. I don't think they're going to pursue Hobgoblin with Ned. I believe it was an Easter egg of sorts, just to wink and nod to the fans who know about Hobgoblin, Ned being Hobgoblin and dabbling in magic as he was Hobgoblin. But also it helped push the story. Plus, there's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of plot holes in the film, but we're willing to accept those plot holes for the sake of the movie.
What was the big
They dropped too many breadcrumbs in that movie for him not to be Hobgoblin. There was just more than just him saying that, don't worry, I promise, as your best friend, I won't try to go crazy and kill you type of deal.
Yeah.
There was more than that in the movie.
They really dropped that one. What were some of the plot holes, though?
They kept, throughout the movie, there were too many breadcrumbs that are leading to him becoming Hobgoblin and coming after Peter.
I think what's going to happen, he's going to find out what happened. He's going to find out that he used to be friends with this guy, and then he's going to feel really rejected. That at least going to be part of his mental capacity issues that he's going to have with Spider-Man / Peter. But yeah, I think they're going to eventually do it. Maybe not the next movie, because I think the next movie is going to be a Venom thing. And I called it. I said Venom will be our 6th. Although I don't know what they're going to do with these Sinister anything because they're all gone. But
yeah, they weren't going to do a Sinister 6, but I did say we were going to see Venom at the end, very end, and we did.
Yeah, no, I remember I said we're not getting a Sinister 6 in this movie because Sony said they were doing a solo Sinister 6.
Yep,
and they did not want to put the 6 in here and have it overshadow the solo 6 that's coming.
Yeah, I got teary-eyed. Definitely, I got teary-eyed, Ben.
Oh, I got.
However, I still don't trust Sony. I still don't trust Sony to do a good movie.
It's not Sony. Sony doesn't control this movie. This is Marvel.
No. I'm just talking when we're talking about individual stuff. I'm saying I do not trust Sony because I think Morbius is going to be a disaster, and the Venom movies are okay, but they're not that good.
Yeah, well, Venom 3 is already.
I know
in production.
I know, but I'm saying I do not trust Sony by themselves to actually make this movie.
That's why it's.
I think these Spider-Man movies have been good because it's been the collaboration between the bad sides to each one of them because they kind of want different things a little bit. So I think that especially this movie maybe I don't think, especially the second one, because the second one always felt the Far From Home. I actually love Quentin Beck and I love Mysterio in that movie. He's still probably my favorite of the villains of the this era of Spider-Man, the home movies, I guess we would call them,
the trilogy.
The home movies, as I call them. And
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I just thought you were winding down. I was wrong.
No, I like Beck, and and maybe we had too much reliance on Stark seeming to be the core of a lot of this stuff. But he's the main character, he's the most popular character or well-known character of the MCU. So it makes it.
He's the flagship.
Yeah, it may not make complete sense how everybody seemed to have a problem, right? That the Tony Stark, but it's like people who have all these connections to Batman, you know, and Wayne Tech. Like, I understand they're an important company and Bruce Wayne's an important billionaire, but there are tons of other billionaires and stuff that exist in the DC universe world. So. You just have to go with it a little bit.
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure that it was believable enough to set it in reality, and it's not too much fantasy. You know, it was like
not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's not Star Wars. It's not Final Fantasy. It's not anything like that. But I will say this though: I believe Morbius is going to do better than Let There Be Carnage, and here's why: vampires. Girls go crazy for vampires.
Pretty as long as they glitter in the sun.
Unfortunately, I mean, as much as like Jared Leto, he ain't. What's the guy who was in Twilight who's playing Batman?
Yeah,
Robert Pattinson. He ain't Robert Pattinson, man.
Listen. Besides
and
that,
to answer Ben, yes, I teared up.
But listen, besides the whole glitter vampires, because everybody knows that was the whole love story thing. Before Twilight, everybody was going crazy over the Anne Rice stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Interview with Vampire was great. Vampire was garbage, in my opinion. Or Queen of the
Damned. But the books
That's because Queen of the Damned mixed the Vampire Lestat and the Queen of the Damned book into one, and it was horrible with that mix.
Exactly.
And they couldn't get Tom Cruise back, which nobody liked at the time to be Lestat, but I think he nailed the character, and they should have bent over backwards to get him back. Him and Louis, aka Brad Pitt.
Well, he was still super expensive even more so back then, though.
Yeah,
he would have cost the budget of the movie.
Yeah. But just like Venom, where it had its good origin story for the film for the most part, even though it's not our origin story that we know Venom to be, Morbius is going to have something similar to that, where it's closer to the comics and the animation, where he goes and gets his
turns himself into the monster.
But here's the thing: if Venom's a part of the MCU, right? Even though he was in Blip and he went right back, this also means that Morbius is a part of that as well, and that means Blade.
Morbius now is still part of the Sonyverse. He's not part of.
Yeah, Blade's not Sony.
Morbius and Venom are Sonyverse. At the end of the post-credit scene, you see that Venom is going to be in the MCU, but there's still Sonyverse.
You want to talk about that? That relates to one of the two annoyances.
Yeah, we're not getting Tom Hardy as Venom in the MCU either. We're getting somebody else.
That's going to. You're getting into one of the two annoyances I had from this movie that I didn't.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
What were your annoyances, Lane? Come on, spill it.
First was the Venom appearance. That op scene. I was left going, why the fuck did we even do this?
Told you, Lane.
Like I was like, why the fuck? I'm sorry. Like, this is something that really annoyed the hell out of me. Like, why did we even waste our time doing this? They should have not even done it in the first place. I know it's instead of Venom, so maybe Topher Grace Venom. Topher Grace could come back.
He's in McGuire's universe. That's all put back, thankfully.
Yeah, but more than likely, what's going to happen is this Venom isn't going to be the comedy Venom. This Venom is going to be the comic Venom, where it's I want to kill Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, first he's got to become one with Peter Parker.
Yeah, which we're going to get that. But I think all that's leading to Secret Wars.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm just saying that annoyed me. That was my first major. I was just left going because I don't want to see a different Venom. I want a Tom Hardy Venom. That's the
yeah.
established movie.
symbiote
Tom Hardy's
with the
still,
spider.
Venom for the Sonyverse.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying if we were
Yeah, I
going to
want to
bother
see him
doing
in the
this,
MCU. I think it would
yeah,
have been cool to see Tom Hardy.
like, you know, and
Singer
but
songwriter.
it just made me that entire thing feel completely pointless. I mean, it just did. I mean, I don't was like, let's just keep them separate and not waste our time. You could have just done something different. Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, and there's nothing wrong with the scene because I thought Tom Hardy was funny.
Yeah.
Like Tom Hardy Tom Hardy
He's
is
like, so you got
a
a man
good
in a
actor.
blue suit, you got a Viking.
Yeah. And
He's like, what's
you
the
know,
guy's name?
and
He's like, green
I
guy
mean,
who's angry.
You got
Yeah.
a Hulk.
Hulk Senior, and he's like, and
Yeah.
you thought Lethal
Protector
Protector
was
was
a
a
bad
shit name.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. The scene was fine, but the overarching thing of why it just bothered me a lot. Why the hell did we? And how would anybody know what the hell's going on if they haven't seen Venom Let There Be Carnage?
So then that's
Like they're
on
gonna
them.
not. They may not watch
Yeah,
it.
that's why it's an after credit or post credit scene. I mean,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then with the actual movie itself, there was only one thing that like really bothered me that kind of annoyed me just with the movie.
okay.
Was let's see here back because I hate this montage. You had like 3 days in between when I saw the movie, and I had this all figured
Hey
out.
man, I just got home.
You should have took
and drove in
notes.
traffic.
I
My
know,
brain.
Hey,
not-
Sony and
jello.
Marvel confirmed today that Andrew and Toby, this is not going to be their only appearance in the MCU.
I'm sure.
Which is actually awesome. You know how much I give
And-
Toby
yeah.
crap? I
And now the
enjoyed his
fans-
appearance in this.
The fans
I
are
actually
petitioning for Amazing Spider-Man
Oh,
3.
now I remember. Okay, the only thing that in the main movie that really bothered me was the final battle between Spider-Man and Green Goblin. I felt like
What?
the final
That bothered
fight
you?
was because
What?
it was too short, and he played almost no part in the final battle.
What?
Like he should have been
because
more
he wasn't
involved.
part of the whole fight.
The
with
big
Electro
battle.
and all
He
that.
should have been part of that.
No. The
There was-
pawns go first.
No,
The
but there were no
pawns go
puns. There were
first.
no puns.
There were no pawns in this. These were all
No,
Peters.
no, you
Listen,
Lou.
no,
There were
no,
no
they-
puns.
no, no,
But
no,
the fact
no,
that
no, no,
Electro
no,
in the final battle, Electro felt
Time out.
more important than the
Time out,
Green
time out,
Goblin,
time out,
which is
time out.
completely
All right,
wrong.
Lane, let Lou get in here because he does have a finite amount of time.
Time out. One, they're individual characters that have their own role, yes. Leaders compared to a Green Goblin, no. Green Goblin is going to be top tier. Let the pawns go first. His idea of pawns is like, let them think that they're leaders and take on Spider-Man all they want. I'm going to sit in the background and go in for the kill.
But he needed to be part he just
No,
magically
he
showed
was-
up for a minute and then
Split second. Like he strategically said, let these guys wear them out. I'll go in for the
I
kill.
know, but my problem is the Green Goblin is the main bad guy. The main bad guy has to. This felt to me like when the Green Goblin Amazing Spider-Man 2 shows up. It just like pops up and he's there for 2 minutes and then he's beaten and then it's over.
He had all that time as Norman Osborn earlier in the movie.
I
don't think he was even Norman that time. I
He
think
wasn't
he was
Norman,
Goblin.
period. He was
No, he
playing
was
the phone.
But
pretending
I'm
the
talking
whole
about
time.
the final battle. The big final battle needs to have the main villain involved a lot. Maybe it's because I'm like an old 70s Kung Fu movie fan where the
Yes,
bad guy
you
is
are.
the main fight for like 10 minutes, fighting the good guy, smashing and destroying and breaking bones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I am like a Mr. Smith versus Neo final fight for 15 minutes. That is a final battle that has the main bad guy
That
needs to
gets
be at
too
the heart
old.
of
That
it.
gets too boring. 15
It-
minutes.
it-
with one.
I
No,
can't
but
think-
the thing
I
was,
know.
this was supposed
Yeah,
to be,
okay, I'm gonna shut up.
this wasn't supposed to be actual like Spider-Man beat 'em up stuff. This was Spider-Man trying to help everybody.
Like
Trying to be Spider-Man.
All right, here's the thing. This is a perfect display of Spider-Man's power. Okay? If Peter doesn't hold his punches back, he can kill anybody. We've seen this in the comic strips of Superior Spider-Man. There's a reason why
Pound town
Peter
on him, man.
pulls back his punches.
That was just really good when he punched out Black Cat's tooth.
Bro, I'm just saying. Peter going in on Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and then going in for the final blow and then getting stopped by Toby is the most emotional thing ever. Ever. Because you feel what Peter feels. You know, if you was in that position and your loved one was taken out right in front of you, and all this happened because of you, you wished, you was erased, and you have nobody. It's just you by yourself, and you chose to be in that position because of all the backlashes that Spider-Man technically causes. Bro, this is that fight it was short, sweet, and to the point. I
And to
think
the
if it
pound.
was, yeah,
Not to the point, it's to the pound.
to the pound. But
To the pound.
but the thing is this is that think about how hard Peter has to hit Goblin. And this is not Toby's Peter. This is MCU Peter. This is
I caught a car, Peter.
Oh, where you from? Queens? Oh, Brooklyn. Okay. He's holding something that he physically is, smaller than, and he has the strength of a spider. Like, yes, this is implemented in other films, but more so in the MCU. You get what I'm saying? So the fights will end quicker if Peter loses control and gets to serious mode.
So Max is asking about Hobgoblin and Ned Leeds, and of course we kind of went over that first. It was one of the first things we jumped into, but I believe we will see him become Hobgoblin somewhere in this trilogy that's going to occur. Probably not the exact next movie.
I think it'll be Tom Holland's final movie.
Yeah,
that we see the best friends go at it.
Yep.
I don't see it happening, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I don't think we're going to see it because the only person that's classified for the next 3 movies is Tom Holland. We have no information about Zendaya or
they did this so that they can remove those
sign
two
on
from
to
the
that.
board.
I'm not worried about that.
They did this so that they can be removed from the board.
Yeah,
and
so it could focus more on Spider-Man being Spider-Man instead of how Doctor Strange called it Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo this shit.
Yeah, so, and then I mean, I think there's more likelihood we could see the Hobgoblin, the Scorpion. I think we're going to see some different characters. I think it's entirely possible we'll still see some shenanigans with the Avengers, but it will be more limited. I think these are going to be done more as he's in the MCU, but more solo-ish tales for Spider-Man.
I think that Black Symbiote is going to mess up everything, and I think that's what's going to get Ned into the Hobgoblin or into that mindset. I think the symbiote's going to merge with Parker and make him a little bit more like remember Tobey Maguire,
more aggressive,
more Bully Maguire.
Well,
more
Tom
aggressive.
Parker is still trying to become friends with these people that he used to know, because I don't think he's going to just tell them. I think he's going to warm up to them, and he's going to betray his trust, and that's going to send Ned over the edge. I mean,
going back to what I was saying before it's time for me to boogie.
Maximum. That was Morbus.
Yeah. I was gonna say this. For the plot holes, one of the plot holes, the major plot holes, if you look at towards the end when Peter goes and sees Mary Jane working at the bakery or the coffee shop, she's wearing the necklace he gave her when they were in Europe.
I don't think that's a plot hole.
Because
it's not a plot hole. She would have just been like, it's a necklace.
I mean, she still had the Band-Aid on her head,
but
too.
It was given to her by him. It has sentimental value.
Which might be a way to tap back into her, but it's not. It's something that just didn't get removed by the spell.
There's that. Then
I don't think we're going to see Zendaya in these movies again, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not going to see Zendaya. We're not going to see Ned. Like,
this is new start.
International Lou, I think.
Intentional Lou.
Intentional Lou.
Maybe he's going to get his Gwen. Maybe Peter gets a Gwen.
Hear me out. I think with the introduction of the symbiote being in the MCU and getting the next trilogy season, and we're going to have Venom coming in for Spider-Man. I think we're going to have one movie based on Spider-Man being the symbiote Spider-Man for the first film. Towards the end, pull off, and then gradually go into Eddie Brock going into Venom. But this will be a perfect opportunity to introduce Black Cat.
Oh yeah, I
going
think
to college.
Give him that other love interest, college.
Better love interest, but a life of crime. And remember, there's lots of team ups with Spider-Man and Black Cat, not only in his classic suit, but also in the symbiote suit.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, though, I don't know if her character fits completely.
How not?
With the MCU.
Flash Venom.
A bank robber?
No. I mean the sexy femme fatale.
We might get Agent Venom. I was thinking the same thing because
Thompson.
But then really not that Flash Thompson.
No. Speaking of Flash, though, who else laughed out loud when you saw the name of his book? Which is a complete uppercut to DC right now. Just like the you want to do multiverse stuff? Boom! Here's our book, Flashpoint.
Yeah, no, I would like to see Black Cat, but I think it's the same reason why we're never gonna. I just think for certain paradigms of Hollywood, it's like why I never think we're gonna see Amora the Enchantress actually, like an actual Amora, because part of her character is being totally in love with the dude and trying to make him fall in love with her.
Yeah,
that's why we got Sylvie instead of her.
Exactly. I agree with you there. But here's where I think we're going to get Black Cat. It's an opportunity to introduce fresh blood into a new trilogy that has nothing to do with, pretty much it solidifies his commitment to making sure that his friends are safe. Because right now he has no one else. He only has Happy. That doesn't know who he is.
No, Happy doesn't remember.
Happy doesn't know who he is, but he still knows who Happy is. He cares for Happy. He cares for Zendaya and Ned. He for MJ and Ned. And those are those three important people that are still alive that didn't get X'd out by Goblin. Spoilers. Remember, this is spoilers. Green Goblin kills Aunt May. And it was horrible. Yeah. Horrible.
That was brutal. I didn't expect them to kill her off, to be honest with you. It was something else though that we need to look at is the fact that they made a very big and intentional directional look here at MJ's actual name.
Mm-hmm.
We were completely shoved down our throats that her name is not Mary Jane.
Oh yeah.
It's Michelle Jones.
Michelle Jones.
Michelle Jones.
I don't know enough about Spider-Man comics to know if that means anything or if that's just some BS name. They're just making sure it's not Mary Jane.
Yeah, that's basically what it is because they don't want the backlash of, we got a black Mary Jane. I'm like, come on, man.
I don't think it's that.
Yeah, listen. Some people go that route. And I'm just saying from what I observe. I'm not.
Yeah, but Marvel don't care.
Marvel don't care. But
with that one girl calling him Tiger, man, the reporter mentioned him as Tiger.
the blonde.
That's an Easter egg.
Girlfriend.
That's an Easter egg. That's just
an Easter egg.
Yeah, that's just an Easter egg.
WTF?
That was just that was a nod to Mary Jane always saying, "Go get him, Tiger."
Exactly. So it's very cliche at this point since it's been done several times.
It's the same reason they put the black hairband in her hair. It was a nod to Gwen Stacy.
There you go. See. Now here's the reason why I think we're gonna move away from everybody else is because one, the story's told already, with these specific characters in the MCU, and Peter has so many other people that he's associated with, and since he's not a member of the Avengers no more, so to speak, since the Avengers technically are not.
Nobody knows who he is anymore. He can't be.
No one knows who he is. But then again, the Avengers are not there anymore. They're technically disassembled.
That was sad too when Doctor Strange told him his last goodbye is see you later or see you around, Spider-Man, and then he said something else, and he was like, later, kid, or something like that. I was like, damn. And Spider-Man loses another mentor.
Yeah, but it wasn't seriously a mentor. We thought it was a mentor, but it wasn't a mentor. It was more like I'm asking for help.
Not yet. Remember, they said that he's supposed to guide him, so I have a feeling somehow Doctor Strange is going to remember when we get Multiverse of Madness.
I don't think he actually forgot. He is the Sorcerer Supreme, by the way. I mean,
he
no,
is
not.
No, he's not.
Wong
is
is.
Sorcerer
Not
Supreme.
technically, but
Wong is
technically,
the
I think
Sorcerer
letting
Supreme.
Wong kind of
Remember,
enjoy his
no,
freedom.
Strange even said it. He said, through a technicality, he was because I was gone for 5 years.
Yeah. Actually, Ben raises the thing. He says, Ben, I wouldn't agree with you actually on that. Because like in the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s, that Mary Jane did disappear for a while, or was, I mean, purposely Ned and MJ are off in Boston. They're in a different city. Yeah. So they're going to be away, at least for the next movie. For the next movie. After that, who knows? They could bring Miles in and he becomes Spider-Man for going forward.
I think that's what happened at the very last movie. Or the second movie, just so that way we can have the passing of the torch kind of thing. Like, let me train you. But
yeah, Electro gave that breadcrumb. He was like, all right. He's like, you were so cool and nice. I thought you were Black Spider-Man.
He was a Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
But then he goes, with the multiverse, now that we know about the multiverse, I'm sure there's a Black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
Well, that could be referencing
Easter egg
into the
for
Spider-Verse.
Miles.
That could be referencing into the Spider-Verse. It has Miles, the animated movies too.
I just figured he was referencing Miles in general.
I got a question for y'all, real quick. Yeah. In the theater where you saw it, did you have a lot of obnoxious kids?
Not really. I mean, I had some in my seat, which was the problem. And I was like, dude, get in my seat. This is where my ticket says I'm supposed to be. It's where I bought it. And they were like, can we just stick together? We're a family. And I'm like, dude, I want to sit in the exact center of the back. That's why I chose this seat.
Exactly.
Get the fudge out.
That's right. You pay for your seat, period.
Yep.
I don't care. They're like, well, yeah, when we tried to buy the tickets, we couldn't buy them all together or whatever. It didn't say. I was like, yeah, because I had that ticket. Get out.
Yeah. But overall, which villain did you guys end up liking the best in the movie? I actually think the one I enjoyed the most was Electro.
Me too. Dude, Jamie Foxx has some funny ass one-liners.
Yeah. Anybody just where it says there's nobody noticing, I'm just standing here naked, basically.
Yeah. So we're just gonna act
No. We're kind of like, we noticed. We weren't gonna say anything.
Like he has when he was in the cell.
Tom's new suit, man, because it moved by pretty fast. Yeah. And I'd like to see what the differences are between that and the classic. If you want to send that to me, I don't know if I have you on Facebook.
The new suit looks really good.
The one thing though I would say for Electro's look that he got for the final battle, it did remind me a lot of Ivan Vanko's battle suit as when he attacked Tony Stark in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying when we were talking before this movie came out, and we were talking Hot Toys. I was like, it wouldn't be hard for Hot Toys because
it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar.
It's pretty much all it is. It's just missing the whips. It's just missing the electric whips. But if you look at it, it's pretty much got the same bars that go around the arm. The arc reactors in the same spot. It kind of
looks like Iron Man's testing exoskeleton when he's
because it looks like Tony Stark's test suit, which is like Whiplash's copy of that test suit to make his suit, and then we get Electro, who is like
helping to harness the arc reactor.
I did enjoy the lizard.
Not really.
I enjoyed the lizard, and the reason why I enjoyed the lizard because I thought he was just gonna be a regular CGI monster, no voice acting, no nothing. They voice acted him. They put the actor in, and it was awesome, and it gave me that vibe of Amazing Spider-Man. And the reason why I like it because Lizard is one of my favorites, but the top is already came and gone, which is Mysterio. So.
Yeah, this is the best shot we got of the new costume at the end there, and that looks just like a classic suit. I know for a fact though the spider's not right on the back. It's not the big round spider, with the little legs. It's more of the same kind of spider, but that the front has, but a red one on the back. Mm-hmm. So it's probably closest. I mean, other than the eyes, closest to Garfield's, I would think. And that looks really CG here in this picture, but
this suit. is very reminiscent of the Mark IV suit that you see in the PS4 video game, which is also the what is it? The
just
all
because
new,
it's
all
shiny.
different, Spider-Man, where his suit is that same exact suit. The only difference is there's no glow, and
I'll buy that hot toy, though.
is good.
Especially if they make it out of this material that her suit's made out of.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
all
I've
over
already
that.
got him paid off, so I'm good.
What, for the classic suit? But the
Yep.
classic suit, I think, is made out of the same material as the advanced suit.
Because my son has the Mark IV one. It's pretty nice, but I want this one from the actual movie.
Yeah, the Mark IV is okay. As far as from what I've seen in person, I don't own him yet, but I have a feeling that this suit is going to be more in line with the Miles Morales and the Spider-Gwen suit because
I really hope
the
so.
text for the suit is getting better. The advancements for the suit is getting better. If they go backwards, then it's going to be a waste of resources. In my
the upgrade suit's this kind of material, right? The upgraded suit that they did from Far From Home. Because I've seen some poses. It looks like you can get some posing out of it, man. And
I believe so.
kind of tempted to go back and buy it, even though it's not my favorite suit. I'm
Well,
like,
there's
wow,
no reason for them to use the rubber material because the rubber material is supposed to, mimic the metal from the Mark IV and the Iron Spider, whereas this is still fabric. So we should get a fabric suit of this.
Well, this is a homemade suit. He made this suit.
The upgrade suit might be a good option just for the price point so far of what we've got for from Far From Home or from No Way Home Spider-Man so far.
Yeah. We're gonna finally get a Tom Holland head sculpt too, I guess.
Yeah. It might be hard because I might say that battle damage one might be kind of cool though.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting that battle damage one.
Yeah, the only one that honestly I was kind of like of the suits we saw. I mean, other than this one, because we don't really see it do anything, obviously. But the black and gold suit, I was really kind of
Well, that was just him turning the other one inside out, and now we know what that stuff was on his wrist too. So
yeah,
I told you what it was.
A laser beam. A laser teleporter beam. I was like, okay, well, that feels like something more out of Star Wars than Spider-Man.
I did enjoy when he zapped the tree into the cell.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, is this a tree or is this
a tree guy? No, it's just a tree. That's what I really
man, it's just a tree. It's just a tree.
I think what this movie did, and this is where I think it's a combination of Sony and Marvel each kind of having to work together to make it work. And this may be the height of that ever happening. It may be all downhill from here afterwards. Like everything in this movie just worked right. Is the humor, the serious moments, and just the interplay between the characters. Because for as much as I like the villains and stuff like that, the best part of this movie, and this is spoiler cast, we all know, is all three Spider-Men when they come together, when we get to see them together, the banter.
Yes.
That the dialogue. Now what I would be interested to know for some of the scenes where they're all together and just like with Andrew Garfield, this movie makes me almost kind of more mad what happened because Andrew Garfield was never I never really cared for either of his movies. But this movie got to make us see, man, if he had a good script writer and they had not rushed to the production of those movies, is that I think
I love you guys.
Well, yeah, no.
Thank you.
Because I really felt the comedic moments in his movies, especially, seem to fall. But the ones that didn't fall.
In the corner there.
Yeah, you really need me to do this? Really? Yeah. I don't want to do it.
No, but I mean the comedic. I think what partly made his movies fail, and I never blamed Andrew Garfield for this. I blame the script writing for this because I think, especially two, felt like they were filming scenes and writing the script the same day as they were filming them. Kind of like this is what we got to have happen.
The reason why it felt that way is because it was in the midst of the woke community coming up. You know what I mean? Like everything is becoming woke. So you need something a little edgy, a little different because remember, everybody says that Toby has a better Peter Parker and Andrew has a better Spider-Man.
Well, I think
in their opinions.
I think two. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All I know is when he caught MJ and he was tearing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you felt that.
Oh, I felt that. Oh, I felt that.
I'm not gonna.
Great.
I think Andrew was really good, but I still think Tobey Maguire was the best of all the Spider-Men in this movie.
I liked him, like I mentioned earlier. I did like him a lot better this time around. He didn't sound as whiny and snivelly and just annoying.
Where'd Lou go?
Lou, no. Wait, there he is. Boom.
Okay.
He just wanted to be behind the text thing so he can get dressed and still leave the camera in.
So we don't get any.
He's gonna be like, "Don't move the text bubbles, man."
Yeah,
I'm naked.
But I think Garfield got to really show, because Amazing Spider-Man 2, Lou, to me felt like it was just a commercial.
No.
Basically for everything they wanted to do, expanding the Spider-Verse.
It was piss poor.
I hated what they did to Rhino in that movie.
Was supposed to be like a 3-hour movie. It was really supposed to be a 3-hour movie, and they
3 hours would have made it a 3-hour commercial.
No. If they had a 3-hour movie of him just going against these baddies in appropriate time, showing it, fleshing it out, it would have been good. It would have been good.
Have you seen how many people have popped up trying to, or now looking for the Andrew Garfield, like the old Hot Toys?
I'm not
Amazing Spider-Man
Which is weird.
Yeah,
Because
like they're all like they're
we're
not
gonna get a
very
new
good
one.
figures, but like everybody wants, because I think the guy who got from this movie who got the most rub of all the Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield. Like I want, and what's funny is, isn't it crazy? Because he's like 40-something years old, and he looks like he's like 25.
They did a good job with him, and then Toby, they made him age properly too, and he looked pretty good. I mean, I got a really good vibe from Toby, which was crazy. I got a serious Jake Johnson version of Peter B. Parker kind of Toby, but not quite as sarcastic.
Yeah.
Not
he wasn't so
jokes
goofy
as much, but
yeah,
I did get that mentor vibe from him, which was awesome because I didn't think I'd ever see that come from Tobey Maguire. He's always played that kind of weaker kind of person.
When he got stabbed by Goblin,
everybody was like,
I got so pissed. I thought they were gonna kill Toby right there. I was like, how are you gonna bring him back and kill him? You don't do that. You don't do that.
Well, they didn't kill him.
Toby.
He's fine. He's fine.
I know.
You're really hurt right now.
But when it happened, when he got stabbed and fell to the ground, I was like, oh great, they killed Toby. But then later, when obviously he got up and he was like, "You've been stabbed." He was like, "It's not the first time I've been stabbed."
Ben says the only he's only getting the Andrew Spidey suit hot toy from this movie if they announce this. Andrew's his favorite Spidey for sure.
They're going to do.
I hope they do. I don't know they're going to do it, but I hope they do, because it's a missed opportunity for Hot Toys to not give us these legacy characters. And I call them legacy characters because with these two individuals who predates Tom Holland as Spider-Man, just stole the show. They basically stole the show.
And the good thing is they didn't upstate. The thing where I think this movie did one of the best things, and this is why I give this movie a lot of credit, is the other Spider-Man being and becoming integral to the story for the entire last half of it almost.
Mm-hmm.
Did not upstage Tom Holland though. Like that's one thing I have a lot of people who have said, he's the Iron Boy and all that kind of stuff.
He got to take this movie back pretty well. I think the biggest part was his beatdown of Goblin that really helped him with that. That really that emotional aspect of it, not just him beating Goblin, of course, down like that, but just that whole emotion.
Being a poor 66-year-old William Dafoe.
Yeah, man, he was cranked up to 11. He was cranked up to 11.
We need to work as a team like the Avengers. That's great.
Yeah.
What's the Avengers?
Hold up. Singer-songwriter. I hope this is true.
Secret Base in Hong Kong pulled Toby and Andrew Spider-Man figures off their displays. Looks like they are going to make new versions if they pull the figures off their display cases.
That's tough.
Fingers crossed if you can see it. Fingers crossed if you can see it.
Yeah. I'm still a little uncertain on all the villains. I'm still uncertain on those guys a little bit.
Can you see me?
They did a great job.
Women crying all around Nate, breaking his heart.
What? But I was even impressed with how well they did the whole little tit for tat, like, you know, how their stuff, you know, like they had like that downtime before the villains got there at the statue, and they're all like talking about how this is, you know, this way for them. And
I'm so lame. You guys are so awesome. I'm so lame.
At first I was like, really, we're gonna do this here? We're gonna do this now? But it worked. It was kind of like yeah, we got time. let's catch up a little bit.
Let's talk. I thought it was going to get old fast. Was talking about Tobey Maguire making his webbing.
Nah, that was awesome.
I really thought, I was like, man, this is good. If they're going to do this. This is going to be really annoying. But it did it. Like that's the thing. Would you guys agree? It looked like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland were just having so much fun. Spider-Man together there. Yes. And I didn't think, because Tobey Maguire's had a lot of problems since the Spider-Man movies. That's why he hasn't really been in much. But it looked like he was having fun in that movie in the spider suit.
Well, he was definitely in the paycheck.
Well, the paycheck probably done that. When they say, here's a couple $1,000,000, you look like you're just gonna be like,
I'm sure he's got some money coming in off the back end of that too. I'm sure his contract's not like one of the noob contracts where like, oh, just give me $1 million and I'll be in it. No, he's gonna be like, yeah, give me a couple mil and I want to hear this percentage off of every time you play this movie.
Yeah, he's like, what was Alex Guinness's deal back in the day for Star Wars? Because I heard that was supposed to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna say
so he got 1% or 2% of all like sales from the movie or something like that. No. Yeah, well, that was the only way he'd come back to film his 2 scenes in the other movies.
But Ben seems to think that the fact that he got stabbed with no consequences really makes him think that they originally were going to kill Tobey Maguire off.
I hope not.
They rewrote it out of the script. What do you guys?
That would have made me mad.
I don't think so. I think it was more of a shock value, which it did. Its job for shock value. It's like kind of karma rearing its ugly head because
you want to see a movie theater burn down? That's how you see a movie theater burn down.
And we do not, just by the way, Maz's Toy Box does not encourage any forms of arson.
Dude, people are crazy, man. There was somebody got shot yesterday in Buckhead for stealing somebody's seat at the Spider-Man show or something.
Really?
One of the Buckhead theaters.
Well, this was
my wife was telling me about that. I was like, I'm glad I don't go to Buckhead.
People were fighting over there, same area. People were fighting at TJ Maxx over clothes, and somebody flashed a gun over clothes at TJ Maxx.
You know what it is? You got a bunch of soy boys out there just trying to play tough and play the mobster gangster role or whatever it is that they're trying to be tough about. They really need to just like humble themselves real quick because the world is not about you. And you just need to live life like everyone else is trying to live life. You know, just because you didn't get a certain T-shirt doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Just because someone's sitting in your seat, you could easily go to the usher and the usher will.
I went and got the manager.
All I gotta say is, if you want to play Call of Duty in real life, I can help you go to the nearest recruiter. They're more than willing to accept you to go play Call of Duty in real life.
That's what's up.
That's okay.
So,
hoorah!
Single Songwriter seems to agree with what Ben said though about the consequences and the rewrites and stuff. He says, 100% correct, Ben. That was what the TV news was talking about when they said it was having last minute rewrites before the release.
Really?
That's what Single Songwriter seems to
see.
I trust Single Songwriter.
They probably rewrote it because I told you got the feeling when you saw that like Toby was going to die. And I'm telling you, if they would have stuck with that, we would have been all over the news. Theaters are burning down right now.
Let me ask you guys, were you guys at all disappointed at all we didn't get to see Norman much in the Power Ranger looking face though, doing very much? I felt a little disappointed with that.
We didn't get to see more of his old suit.
Yeah, I mean, that felt like still a homeless goblin.
Hobo goblin stealing donuts from Feast.
Yeah, right before he flew.
Stop
That's
calling
what
it
he
out of
was
the house,
doing.
man. You're letting the heat
See,
out.
That's what he was doing.
The movie made you think that
He was
they were
eating
the
donuts
spinner
while-
blades things,
while-
but what he was
while
doing
he
was he was throwing a week-old donuts at them. That's what he was doing.
No, he was eating donuts while sitting on the glider, just waiting for some of the other guys to see if any of the Spider-Man got taken out. And then he went, "Man, these losers can't take out one of these guys."
glad I saved these.
Listen, I got.
You turned yourself
cut
off,
out.
Lou.
You got something.
He got
No.
a phone call, and it
Oh, he got a phone
yeah,
call?
it's the same thing with me. Like when I get a phone call, if I'm on here, it mutes, so I have to exit and come back in.
He's letting the heat out, man. He keeps going in and out of the house, man. Stop letting the heat out.
Listen. The reason why I keep going in and out is because when my alarm goes off,
Oh, I know.
it takes out the
Freaking-
audio, so I have to actually exit out and come back in. But my alarm went off. That means it's time for me to get ready for work. Love, peace, and chicken grease to everybody there. Stay warm, stay safe. No doing reckless stuff. Spider-Man, A+ movie. The plot hole is you guys should have seen it. If you guys didn't see it, shame on you. And for all the hot toys that's supposed to come out for this, bring them.
All I can say is, you know what it made me do? It made me go, "Ew, walk in all that turtle out of my mouth."
I didn't even bother seeing with that movie. I didn't bother seeing that movie.
Oh, bro, don't.
That's a straight to DVD movie. I'm sorry, Marvel.
Which movie? I couldn't tell with him playing with his mouth at the same time.
He was talking about something urinals or something like that.
Urinal?
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, urinals.
Don't. Although I
I'm
will
going
say,
to.
if they do put out Athena, because it's just Angelina Jolie, I'll probably buy
My
that.
hot body. I'll do what I want. I'll see Eternals if I want.
You can just watch it. Wait for it to be free on Disney Plus.
Listen, wait for Disney Plus. I'm just saying that.
You can watch
I'm
Guiding
not buying
Light
it,
on
'cause I own all the-
television
I
and
own
get a
all the
better
Marvel
experience.
For speaking of comics, has me excited. In March, baby, Chris Claremont's writing a new Gambit series.
Nice.
Nice,
And
like-
apparently, Toys Gambit is getting released soon.
Did you
That's
see
cool.
that Hot Toys showed their Matrix Resurrections teaser?
Yeah. I saw the teaser
Man,
for that.
that movie, I have a feeling, is not going to be good.
Yeah, I've been seeing the reviews. I'm glad I'm just gonna watch it on HBO Max.
I shut off my HBO Max because I've got Disney because I got more stuff to watch on Disney. I'm gonna
If
try.
you have
Hey,
HBO,
Lou.
you get HBO Max for free, man.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I got all the apps. Fire Stick Cody works, so I'm just saying that right now.
Later, Loco Lu. Thanks for coming
Lane
on,
knows what
man.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Lane knows
Hey,
what
Lou.
I'm talking
You
about.
have a good evening, sir.
Thank you for having me. Cigars and Bacon's always a pleasure. Lane,
Later,
brother,
Hey, DeLorean, welcome.
my brother Lane.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see you
The
next
next-
time.
I'm gonna send you a picture of a flat cardboard box. Wake.
I think it's too soon, man. It's too soon.
No.
Actually, you know what's his flat right now is trying to pull up Big Bad Toy Store. They're like,
Dude,
site
they
is
shut
crap.
down.
Yeah,
They're
their
shut.
site crashed.
Their site crashed.
Damn.
Their site
Too many
crashed.
people trying to order stuff that's not going to actually come.
It's traffic. No, it's too much traffic. And I think while they were doing the traffic thing, they were trying to get like a holiday special out at the same time.
I need to
it just
hurry up and
crashed.
get that
Lou,
damn quarter
man, you
scale
gotta go.
NECA Mikey Ninja Turtle so that I can have it shipped.
Hey, Lou, one
What's
last
up?
question for you real quick before you go.
What up?
Just random, not speaking with Spider-Man, but are you going to get that NECA 10-inch Ed 209?
Oh, it's pre-ordered already. All my
What am I crazy me? What was I thinking? I should have known.
all my RoboCop stuff is pre-ordered because what I did was this: I skipped out on all of those because I was stuck collecting other stuff like SH Figure Arts, Reveltech, and like. Listen, when you want to talk about toys, I collect not just Hot Toys, 3.0, third party, 6 scale, 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale. I collect it all. It's just I don't have enough space. I don't have enough
That's
time.
always the eternal battle. There's never enough space.
Yes, but what if it's nostalgia, 80s? I gotta have it. Gotta have it. Ed 209's a must.
All righty, Lou. You go.
Lou, man, have a great night, man. We'll see you next time.
Yes, if you guys
Later,
are still on,
Lou.
if you guys are still on by the time I get to work, I'll pop
All right.
in.
Maybe.
All
Check
right.
out.
Later, guys.
So,
Peace.
Lorian
care.
popped in.
Real quick, what's up, Hey
Yeah.
Lorian? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit up your boy Maz. If you ain't subbed here, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you ain't liking, you're doing us a disservice. Then why are you here? Why are you here? Hit the like. Hit the
You're
like.
right. I'm gonna hit the like button right now.
And that's the bottom line, because Loco said so.
Thank you, Stone Cold.
Ben, if you want to hop in, man, yeah, definitely. Shit.
Yep. Later, guys.
Later, man. Have a good night.
Good night.
Let me find Ben here real quick. I'll shoot him a link. That'd be cool. Has anybody else had Ben on before?
I have no idea.
Let's copy that to clipboard and let's get Ben a Ben invitation. Boom. But where'd it go? Maybe.
All righty.
So with with the movie and stuff, I will say I thought, unlike Lou, I knew that Anime was dead duck. As soon as she said the great power comes great responsibility. That might will be a death side for that.
That was the cringe-worthy moment right there.
That was the you knew it was right then and there. Plus when she stood up, for me, when she stood up and that look and she wobbled, I was like, she's dying. She's hurt really bad. She's bleeding really bad somewhere. And then she said the line, and then I was like, yeah, there you go. Doctor Strange said people have, their fate. It's their fate. And she said the line.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every Peter Parker's gonna lose somebody.
Yep.
That was brutal, man.
I'm just glad that it wasn't like, I don't know, they killed Zendaya like that or something like that.
No, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they gave it to Andrew for the redemption. He needed that redemption because, when he shows up and he talks about his Gwen and how he lost her, I was like,
well, I'm just glad we didn't get the Gwen like from Sins Past where, Norman Osborn got jiggy with Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Before he killed her. Of course, they just retconned they just retconned that out of existence mercifully.
Good.
Here in back in September, that was retconned out. So it never happened.
Hey, Ben is waiting for you to connect a device, a microphone or a camera or something. There he goes. All right. Boom. We got two faceless and two faces.
Two pretty boys and two guys.
I have a face. You see it right there.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
That is the best look you've had ever.
Awesome.
Scott.
Thank you.
So, Ben, man, I take it you've seen the movie. Your thoughts, new thoughts. Let's get some new thoughts in here.
I thought it was amazing. I'm not going to lie. Like I said earlier, I thought Andrew stole the show, for sure. Tom, well, personally, maybe not. I prefer Andrew definitely over the both. But I think with how Andrew and Toby, like their roles in the film, it kind of took the spotlight off Tom, I thought. But I still thought it was a 10 out of 10. Don't know if anyone agrees with me there.
Well, some people are speculating that the villains are from different multiverses, and I think they pretty well established that each of those villains are from the ones that corresponding to the Spider-Man, because
I think
they all knew each other as that Peter Parker or as that villain, and they seem to all disappear at the point in which they died. Because I mean, like they were
but the problem is
doing this.
But the problem is Lizard didn't die.
Yeah, no, they all went. He sent them all back, but he cured them all first, so that way when they did go back to their universe, they wouldn't die. They were saved.
Well, I think what they were is they're slightly different. They're part of the multiverse. They're slightly different versions from, like, they're an alternate of the Toby from Toby's.
But they recognize Toby.
No, they are
Andrew.
them from their universe. They even said it in the movie.
No, but I said I think that they're alternate versions. Like the Toby and Andrew we got are the ones from the movies. But the Doc Ock, the Green Goblin, and such.
Look at Electro. He knew he used to be that fugly with a comb over. He even mentioned it himself. He's like, I don't know what happened, but I like the new me. He knew. He knew about that particular being of him. So
I know. I'm saying this like in Dragon Ball Z when they had the two versions of Cell.
I don't watch that show, so I can't help you there.
Well, the main Cell was still from future Trunks' time, but it was a slightly alternate version of Future Trunks' time. There were two different timelines. That was a Cell from a third timeline. but it was still the dark future, that the same one that the main Future Trunks was in. That cell killed Future Trunks after somehow he stopped Android 17 and 18 and came back to become the main enemy during the Android saga in the third major arc of Dragon Ball Z. So I think that's what each one of the villains is.
Hold on.
They're an alternate version of those guys.
MCU has already proven it. Remember, Ant-Man already proved it. Anything from Back to the Future is bullshit.
Well, this wasn't Back from the Future, though. This is
remember.
But I'm saying is this is it was still the same similar Doc Ock to the one that Toby battled, but it was from another timeline. It was from another universe.
I can see where you get a little confused because Doc Ock hadn't gotten control of his arms again, or he got pulled out someplace before he got control of his arms again. Although he did just ask them to listen to him when he
said it. When Doc Ock, when he's talking about when he was fighting Peter, he was like, I had him. He said, like, I had him and I was about to. And then so it was at that moment when they were fighting, when Doc Ock had Peter Parker with the tentacles before he convinced him.
Yes.
That's when he got pulled. So he was still bad.
However, I think what lends it to my argument that has to be they're from an alternate timeline of Toby's and an alternate timeline from Andrew Garfield.
So they're variants from Toby's timeline and Andrew Garfield.
They're a slight variant, basically, like from Loki. They're going at the same time, and there was one slight shift off from their timeline, which is similar. But the reason being, now the guy who makes it not completely work is Venom.
Is who? I'm sorry.
Venom doesn't make this work exactly, but that's just synergy. But if it would, they say for the main villains in the movie who we see, all knew who Peter Parker was and all died. Well, Electro and Amazing Spider-Man 2 never knows who Spider-Man is.
Sandman didn't die either.
No, yeah, but that's my point where I think these guys are slight variations of the original movie ones we saw, because they may have, when they were battling Spider-Man, that Sandman and that Lizard may have died battling a slight variant of Andrew Garfield and a slight variant of Tobey Maguire.
Well, they're clearly variants because Doc Ock's wearing a T-shirt in this film.
Yeah, so I mean that's what
that's just because Alfred Molina's super old. Nobody wants to see saggy old man boobs.
Yeah, well, he wasn't exactly a youngin when he was Doc Ock and Spider-Man too.
Yeah, but I mean, he was still kind of cut. They were able to get him buff, not chiseled, but buff. Now he's just old man, dude.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm just saying, I'm just saying that they're all the villains we saw. We got the original Toby and original Andrew Garfield, but those guys were a slight variant of the ones they fought in the movies. Yeah, because all of those guys, that Lizard may have died fighting his Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and that Sandman may have died fighting the slight variant timeline of. And all this is supposition, but I'm thinking if we're following the rules they established for what was that, and these may just be plot holes. I mean, at the end of the day, these maybe you just got to kind of go with it a little bit. But I'm saying
rule if there is no rule.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that following what they established for those guys. Specifically those, I'm leaving Venom out of it because he kind of F's up the whole thing a little bit. But unless it's just there were some other Venoms that showed up too, who knew who Peter Parker was and we just don't know about. Like Topher Grace, maybe Venom was on there for a little while. Let's not even put that into existence. But
you already done it. It's too late.
I know, but like I said, it's a multiverse. So I think they were slight different universe than the movie timeline Spider-Man that we got. They still know who they are and everything, but I think that Lizard, that Sandman, their whatever happened in their final battles with Spider-Man were slightly different where they got killed.
Well,
if we're following the logic established by the movie,
I know the Rhino that we saw in the midst of the ones trying to get through was not the.
That was the old school Rhino. That's the one where
that was real Rhino.
And then Craven was in there too because you could see him with the spear.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wasn't quite
So
sure if that was
Scorpion
Craven.
there
That's
as
what I
well.
assumed it was, though. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw Rhino, Craven, Mysterio, but I couldn't see anybody. I couldn't see the other two that were standing next to Craven. I couldn't figure them out.
Yeah. What I really liked though is that the main story of this movie just didn't become the Sinister Six trying to kill Spider-Mans. That they went a very completely different direction with it. I really did.
I hope when we get
Straight up
Sinister
like that.
Six, we get Vulture and Scorpion in there.
Yeah. I would really have liked to see Vulture show up in this one, honestly, because I really but Michael Keaton is busy, being Batman.
That and he's in Morbius. They had to pull him, not for reshoots, but Sony wanted more time because they saw the hype from the trailer. When they showed him, they wanted more. They actually added more screen time for Michael Keaton to be Vulture in that movie.
Yeah, so he might be a variant of the Vulture from the
I think he's
MCU.
a variant. Yeah, but in this one he's in jail too because you saw in the trailer he's got the prison outfit, the white outfit. So I'm thinking maybe they're building the Sony version of Sinister Six.
Sony is trying to basically, now that the Multiverse exists, is trying to make that the Venom universe and whatever is part of a variant universe of the MCU, basically.
Yeah.
Without having to completely commit to, where they can have control.
You got a Sonyverse, but like you said, they don't have to fully commit. So this way, same with Marvel, they can just piggyback off each other, tag team back and forth. And
So the next 10 years they might work together, and then at the end of Phase 6, the multiverse gets shrunk, so it's just one MCU universe, and then Sony they get shut off from or whatever.
Yeah, because Sony and Marvel both said that's what they're doing right now. They're just going back and forth with each other. Like Marvel takes the reins on one, Sony takes the reins on the other, and they're going to go back and forth while they're doing the whole Spider-Man saga, like the next 3 movies and whatever separate movies we get with Venom and anybody else. Like we're getting a solo Craven, solo Sinister Six.
I really don't want a solo Craven. I'll be perfectly honest.
Solo Craven,
I think it'd be cool because if they do Craven
cool.
The Last Hunt. If they do The Last Hunt,
I
awesome.
think certain characters make good villains, not being turned into. That's one thing in modern comics. Let bad guys be bad guys.
I think Craven will work out good for
Craven's
the Spider-Man symbiote storyline.
He's not supposed to be an anti-hero or anything. He's literally supposed to be a bad guy. He's supposed to be the introduction to Sony bringing on the Sinister Six.
Yeah, I don't I don't need a Craven movie by itself. Honestly, I don't need a Morbius. I don't need a Morbius movie. I could use him as an antagonist in a Blade movie.
I think they can use the symbiote storyline with Craven though, because that's the costume he's wearing when he killed Craven, or actually when Craven killed himself. But
Craven last time. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I do think that I feel bad for the next group that are going to try to make a Spider-Man movie out of this, because they're like, I don't think they can do a movie. I think this movie, just everything really, how even in like the original Star Wars trilogy, everything for Empire Strikes Back for being just a great all-time movie, just however it did, it just really worked. If there's another trilogy of Spider-Man movies that are still, continuing from this, that it's going to be an uphill battle. This one just like 95% really worked.
I think they have a plan. I think we'll be okay.
I mean, because the next 3 are supposed to be college going into adulthood. This one was high school.
Yeah. Well,
is he actually going to college? Because like no one knows him anymore.
Well, they said the next 3 are college years, so I'm assuming he's going to be in either that or he'll probably be going to like community college.
Yeah, right. Let's not try to get into, hey, that probably didn't just erase like his social security number and stuff. There's certain, it's magic.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then he should be getting ready to go to MIT. But there's Ned and Zendaya or Ned and
so he's not going there.
Know him.
So you know how we're explaining it, Ben? Magic hands. Magic hand.
Magic hand.
Using the magic hand. And now
Dr.
you don't
Strange
have to worry about it.
Got Peter into NYU.
Now this is just Mickey Mouse's paw going, you do not need to apply logic to this. You will just accept
it's
that
Kevin Feige.
Nobody knows who he is. and he knows where he's going. That was the mouse hand there. So now, Ben, you know you don't need to worry about it.
Oh, you better
Don't think about how many articles were probably published about who Spider-Man is and how everyone just magically forgot how to find them on the internet.
Who the heck was Spider-Man? I feel like I'm J. Jonah Jameson. How did you guys like? Did you like J.K. Simmons' presentation of
Alex Jones?
For some
pretty great.
For some reason, his character did not work for me as well as I thought he was going to in this movie.
No, yeah.
I thought he was fine. But
I know he wasn't bad, but I'm saying like for some reason he's the one character to me that just I was really like, why is he in this movie?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He came rolling up in the trench coat and the hat. I got the Commissioner Gordon vibe.
Yeah,
I was like, what's Commissioner Gordon doing here?
I was like, is that Gary Oldman?
I was sad to go off of what Max is saying here. It was sad that we didn't get more time with Daredevil, aka or Matt, Murdock. I did like though. He was like, "We can get you out of this, but Happy you."
You know who I would just like to Into the Spider-Verse second sequel coming. I really hope we can go to Spider-Gwen's universe because I really want us to be able to see Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock is the nickname for Matt Murdock, who's the Kingpin in Spider-Gwen's original.
I did not realize that. I haven't read.
Yeah, but his nickname is Matt Murdock, which that's like one of my favorite names I've ever heard.
So does that mean Wilson Fisk is Daredevil in that universe?
No, Wilson Fisk is dead.
Oh.
I'm just
Hobgoblin identity is J. Jameson.
I'm just a little sad that we kind of blew our load on Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop when she could be the live action Spider-Gwen as well. But no, she can't now. But it's kind of sad because I really liked her voice for the character. Granted, she would look nothing like this one here, really, unless you dyed her hair. But I don't think she'd be down for that. But
well, hey, don't worry. Hey, you should keep your eyes out because we are getting started in February next year, Gwenverse. So you can see Gwen Stacy as Wolverine,
Deadpool,
as
Gwenpool.
Deadpool. Well, no, she's not going to be. I don't know if she'll appear, but yeah, she's already had that. But there's Wolverine. I think she's going to be Miss Captain America, and a whole bunch of other stuff that looks terrible.
Max, are you saying you want Emma Watson as Gwen Stacy in the live action movies? Is that what you're saying?
She's too old.
She is a little older now, which is crazy to say considering she seems like a kid to me just yesterday.
She's not that old, but it's like Andrew Garfield, man. He looks like he's 25 years. Yeah, Andrew Garfield looks like she's like 25 years old, and he's like.
And then 40. You look at Tobey Maguire, and he makes you realize her age. Oh.
Tobey Maguire doesn't look that old. He's still kind of got the baby face.
Dude, you know what we get tonight too? We get the finale of Hawkeye.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I haven't even watched it. I'll definitely be asleep.
I've fallen in love with Florence Pugh as a new Widow, though. I have. Since I watched Black Widow. She was very charismatic and likable in that. But then you get more time with her in this show, and it was like,
she's funnier in the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, I'm that
scene with her waiting in Kate's apartment.
Yeah.
That scene was funny.
As much as I was okay with the Black Widow, that was just an okay movie.
No, I'm not saying the movie was great. I'm just saying her character.
No, but I'm just saying for her,
she earned her spot in the MCU with that character.
Yeah.
But I still don't want the figure of her. I don't think the figure pulls off.
Yeah, well, I'm not really buying too much of Marvel figures. Honestly, I've got Scarlet Witch on order already. Like, I got her within I think a week when she was announced, but that's just because it's an Olsen lady.
I'm gonna get the Scarlet Witch figure from Multiverse of Madness because the outfit they showed in that trailer looks better than
if they revisit her. They revisit her. But talking about the trailer for a second for Multiverse of Madness, we have Strange Supreme, and I was alluding to that the whole night the other night on Nate's stream. I had my Doctor Strange Supreme shirt on, and I kept going.
Yeah, we know it's Strange. He becomes Sorcerer Supreme. There, he also becomes Defender Supreme.
Yeah, but this is the evil Strange that we want.
That's Dark Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, Dark Sorcerer Supreme, I
They
guess. Yeah.
killed his universe.
And Marvel just
I'm just waiting for
confirmed
tentacles to
that-
come out,
that-
man. I want my tentacles.
And Marvel confirmed that with that Dark Sorcerer Supreme, that the What If universe is merging with the MCU.
You think so? Is that what
They
that's
said.
actually going for?
Well, that's what
Was
was
that
said.
speculation?
I don't know if
No.
I need live action Captain Carter.
Man, we need live action Captain. What are you
I
talking
was
about?
not a fan. She's too manly looking.
Well, obviously, Hallie Atwell's not going to look that manly.
I don't know. They can siege her up.
Ugh.
I'm just saying she looks too manly to me. I like women having a certain looking like women and guys looking like guys.
So, single songwriters asking, do we get a giant-sized Kingpin or the normal Kingpin showing up in the Hawkeye finale? And since Lane hasn't seen
Giant-
Hawkeye,
I don't know.
though,
Well, Vincent
I haven't seen
D'Onofrio's already
Hawkeye.
a big dude himself.
He's 6'5" or 6 or something. He's huge.
He's a big guy.
I just like actually in the Supreme
Oh, Jonathan.
in the Strange they showed Shuma Gorath,
Yep, that was cool. You could
who
see him.
actually should be like a main threat because that thing eats universes.
Although
Yeah.
he's green, he's supposed to be purple.
Yeah,
so
well, that may be
Jonathan
just an
O'Kane is
avatar.
in the chat now. He says, "What's up, Moz? Even though I love the movie, I still don't feel the need to get every 1/6 from it. Have preserved space for future needs."
Well, I don't think there's any movie you should ever feel you have to get every figure.
No, but I want the classic suit Spider-Man, and I kind of want the Garfield Spider-Man. I think I'm there with the
Yes.
who was saying that? You were saying that, weren't you, Ben?
Me, yeah.
I don't want them. I've always hated the Maguire suit. I've always hated that they added that white or whatever to the web to make it more embossed looking, and kind of it just never worked for me. That particular way they did the webbing on his suit. But I would go for an Andrew Garfield. Especially if they give me options for the eyes and I'm not just stuck with the 90s big eyes, because that's the one thing I'm not a huge fan on.
Whatever. McFarlane eyes are awesome.
McFarlane's overrated.
You're overrated.
McFarlane is overrated.
I loved him in the time that he was in, but when he left and did Spawn, I was done with him. I was all like Jim Lee and Jay Lee. That's where I moved to because they seem to have a bit more, grounding to their character designs, and it was less squiggles all over the place, just to look like detail. But because you ever watch McFarlane draw, and he's like, just draw a little squiggle, just a squiggle.
Every artist has their idea of what stuff looks like, man.
And you know what always bothered me with the McFarlane? The Spider-Man #1 that he did, where he's got Spider-Man standing on the webs.
Mm-hmm.
Those webs obviously aren't flat, but yet he's just kind of popped on there. He's not like in the webs. He's like just
Bro, it's 90s art.
physics
This
of
is
it
when everything was
doesn't
all
work at all.
jacked up. Remember when Captain America and them were all drawn with like huge refrigerator
Well,
chests?
don't get me on what's his name, Captain America, man, Deadpool guy.
But see, you know what I'm
Liefeld.
talking about? When Liefeld was drawing everybody with refrigerator chests and itty bitty heads, like made no sense.
Wait, you were gonna say what? I'm confused, Dane. What were you gonna say? Or was that an old message? I don't know. My messenger just beeped. I don't know why.
Oh no, I responded to something you said like
Oh, that
an
was
hour
like
ago.
earlier. Okay. Don't make me hate Moz discussing McFarlane cause for the Scarlet Pit, but you're the hate-alorian. You got to play to your strengths, man. Got to make you hate.
Now, the one thing I'll say for McFarlane is I think the King Shark they put out was about as good as the King Shark's going to end up being for my toys. It's powerful.
See, I like McFarlane's work more on Batman than I did Spider-Man. I mean, granted, at Spider-Man at the time when those books came out, I was all about that work because I was like, we needed this. But then I got kind of sick of it because everybody else was emulating him. So it wasn't so much McFarlane's fault.
I actually think, though, over the years, I think Greg Capullo has become a better artist than McFarlane.
Who?
Yes,
Greg
I'll agree on
Capullo.
that. Yeah.
Capullo's like Batman run with Scott
Oh,
Snyder
yeah.
and stuff like
I
could
got
be-
the new 52, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it could get a little weird sometimes,
But it's
especially
still
like
good.
Endgame and stuff. Yeah, but he's been really good. I really like artists who I really liked over the years is Jason Fabok. You know, who has been doing a lot of statues and stuff for like Prime One. But anyway, I'm not meaning to really get into the comic side of things because most of the comics these days will make your eyes bleed, and because the art looks bad and the storytelling, you'll go, Why is it taking 6 issues to tell a 3-issue story?
Yep.
Lou,
Or why
we're
are you
supposed to be trying
using
to talk about
4
Spider-Man.
pages to
Don't help with the
use
tangent.
solo frames?
Yeah, or better yet, like I just spent the week before last week, spent $8 on a book by Kelly Sue DeConnick called Wonder Woman: Historia of the Amazons, which I was like, hey, Hester's going to be drawing this. It'll look good. It had very psychedelic page art thing. It was $8. It had 4 pages that literally all had just pots on them.
All right, you can't talk about Spider-Man while I'm gone now because I can't switch the thing back on. So keep talking.
Okay.
So we can't talk about Spider-Man?
Yeah,
okay, so then I'll just well, Spider-Man, does only a spider, or excuse me, sorry, Spider-Maz, does only a Spider-Maz. He does this, he does that. What are we gonna talk about? Only with the Spider-Maz.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man, Lean?
Oh, Tobey Maguire.
Fair enough.
But you have to remember that's
Toby.
that was one of the first Spider-Man movies I saw and stuff. So I'm going to be predisposed. It's like who's your favorite Power Ranger? Like, well, of course it's Tommy the Green Ranger because he was part of the first one. There have been better, some of the storytelling better Rangers, like I don't know, like freaking Power Rangers.
All you have to say is Tommy anyway. He's pretty much played every damn Power Ranger.
Yep.
You just have to say who's your favorite Power Ranger? Tommy.
Actually, you want to know all of them. If you really want to watch something who my favorite Super Sentai character is, there are 2 guys. Because I've been watching some of the Japanese series, well, as much as they were able to release them here. The series that's set before the one that was used for the original Power Rangers, Zayu Ranger. The Dragon Ranger of Zayu Ranger, Dragon Ranger Burai, is so much more badass than Tommy. Like, I was like, he'd fucking rip apart the Green Ranger. Tommy would have been murdered by that guy in seconds because he's so much more badass. But he also dies. Which is why Tommy had to go away originally. For Healing Neighborhoods. You missed Maz as I was singing the Spider-Man.
I heard you, man. I heard you. And I was like, dang it, if I didn't have to pee, tell him to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to get me
4-year-old.
But you also have to see in the series before, which is what was it? Sentai Jetman. Jetman is awesome because it's so effing dark. And like one of the love interests of the Red Ranger ends up like getting killed and sucked in outer space and dying in the first episode. And then it has maybe the best Black Ranger that ever existed.
Okay, we're going back to Spider-Man now?
Yep.
Don't be bringing no Rangers on my stuff. It's about me.
But you were gone, so it wasn't about you. It was about us.
Let's go back to Spider-Man discussion.
Okay, Spider-Maz. Everybody loves Spider-Maz.
Right, so we got a mute button for Lane.
And I need some Motrin.
Yeah,
he's unmuted now.
I am always here to break eardrums and drink beer.
Yeah, people were leaving when you do that.
Nah, I don't think so.
So we had the Venom reveal. I think that he's going to be a big part into what's going to happen with Spider-Man in the upcoming films. I think the symbiote costume and him are going to merge. He's going to become kind of evil-y and
aggressive. From Mexico, though.
Well, it'll find its way there. Don't worry about that. I mean, you saw Danny Rojas from Ted Lasso. He's going to bring it to him. That's who the bartender was. You ever watched Ted Lasso? That was Danny Rojas. Danny Rojas. Football is life. You guys got to watch that show if you haven't watched it. It's great. But so I mean, he wasn't a no name. You know, they cast somebody. Maybe he'll run it up there. Be like, let's go to New York. Thoughts on if Tom Holland will be back? We know he's gonna be back. He signed on for 3 more movies.
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't 100% confirmed. Like that's still rumor though.
Dude, I confirmed it myself.
Well, gee, that makes it much more reassuring.
That's usually what happens around here, isn't it?
And Max, I will pick up a black suit Spider-Man so long as it's not that Spider-Man 3 kind. It looks actual comic accurate. I'll be all over it. Chris, what's up? What is this? Can we talk about the repurposed shots of what? Reese Ifans and Thomas.
Reese.
What?
Reese. Oh, sorry.
Thomas Hayden Church. What?
The guy who plays Sandman.
Oh, I don't. We can talk about it if you want to come in here. How about that, Chris? I send you a link. Football is life. If I can find Chris. There we go. I think I still got it. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Come on, Chris. We can talk about it. Okay, so we're saying that's not confirmed. Yeah, might as well come in, Chris. We don't need everybody on a cam. Apparently, it's just the two ugly people, me and Lane.
Thanks, boss. I'm
You
glad
want to see my
speak for
face?
both
You
of
gotta
us.
pay. No, I'm just playing. My
God.
cam setup and stuff is all. I'm on my iPhone, and
I was trying to.
I
make
don't
him
want.
feel
I don't want
better,
to try
Lane.
and
I'm
hold
sorry. I
my
didn't
iPhone
think
while
what
trying
your
to talk to
feelings were.
everybody, and getting all shaky and making people motion sick and vomiting.
Well, I just turned my head and let you do it to everybody else, and then I could laugh.
I gotta wait
How dare
till
I?
all my Maji case stuff is here. Get that room set up.
Hey, Big Bad Toy Store is working again. Yay!
Dude.
How dare
Yeah,
you?
Lizard was a letdown in this movie, man. Other than the fact that he was talking, which looked weird, it looked the most.
He
CG
sat
I've ever
most of the
seen.
time. He
Oh, wait,
sat
okay.
in the
Yeah.
prison cell. He sat in
Hold
the
on.
truck.
He looked
All right, hold
depressed.
on. I gotta move stuff because I can't see what I got here.
He would have probably been happier if we just had a giant lamp for
Oh,
him.
okay. Lou's back. Chris is back. There we go. Cool. All right. Sorry, Lou. It popped down on the lower thing. I didn't see it. Along with Chris.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, now explain to me what you're asking about.
So we're full spoilers, right? We could say whatever.
Yes, full spoilers.
Okay.
Spoiler discussion.
The obviously repurposed shots of Reese Ifans, that's the actor who played Lizard, and Thomas Hayden Church, like
Whoa, spoilers.
after they depower them, and they're like straight up shots of Thomas Hayden Church from Spider-Man 3, and they look super awkward. And
Yeah,
did you notice, like, when they the lizard
that you
guy,
mention
he's
it, yeah.
fading away? It's just like, dude, these are like the most out of place. Like, even the definition and resolution of Thomas Hayden Church like was still 20 years old, like dated, and he was like kind of doing a face out of context. It was so random.
An easy way to de-age him though, without having to do all the, the de-aging thing they're doing for some of the other characters.
What was interesting, and maybe it was a scheduling thing, who knows? But the Sandman character was in full sand the whole time, and he wasn't like that in Spider-Man 3.
Oh no, he was like that because it was easier to probably pay him to voice act than it was to pay him to come and act, and cheaper.
I don't
Which
even
is
know if
probably
they.
why you got used footage when he went human, like all human again.
I don't even know if that was his voice.
It was.
There was.
Yeah, no, it was him.
It sounded like him, but sometimes
He's just a lot older, you know.
Yep.
He's got that old man grizzle in his throat when he talks.
Yeah, I could see that. That was like the weirdest thing for me. Other than that, like, I fucking love the movie. That was amazing. My only one thing, I was like, I wish the soundtrack was a little better.
Yeah, the soundtrack was kind of lame.
It was lacking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Very little lacking. Very little. Because when they had the symphony combined and all the music, it was awesome.
Well, single songwriter seems to have information or believes that Tom Holland is signed on to do 3 more movies, and at least one will be Avengers 5.
Yeah, because he was holding out because he was doing it smart. He was like, I don't know, and then he got offered what he really wanted on his contract, more money, and they paid him.
Negotiation tactic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a smart tactic. He knew
I
the
know some
hype for
people-
this, and he knew that Sony and Marvel wanted him to do it more. So let's see how much money I can get out of them by saying, I don't know if I really want to do it, guys.
I don't
We'll
think
give you 5 G6s, your own island.
So villains, I I don't know if I don't know if Hot Toys really needs to tackle Goblin because Toys R Us kind of already cornered the market, especially
Hot Toys
they've
ain't gonna
just
let
gotten
them
so many
corner
out
it.
there. I don't
Hot
know
Toys
if they're
ain't gonna
gonna
let them
lose
corner
money
it.
or not.
But Susu and Toys R Us are doing it unlicensed. Like,
Yeah, I understand that, but you got to also consider how many people have already bought a figure and how many people are going to go back and buy one just because they've got Hot Toys on the name.
They will.
They will.
You think
There's
so?
there's always
Yeah, they
someone
will.
new coming into the collection game. There's always someone new coming into the collection game, and then people who got out of the game who's coming back into the game because of this film. So
I feel like there's some kind of merchandising embargo still in place because we haven't seen any toys announced of any of the Spider-Man, any of the villains yet. Like they're probably waiting a week or two, and then the toy will start announcing. I mean, which is dumb before Christmas.
It's
Hot
gonna be
Toys
New
have
Year
the
before we see the
little
other
pop
kind.
heads. Hot Toys have their little pop heads.
Yeah, which is showing you, or according to Monica, that's a good indication what they're going to make a 6-scale figure out of. Is those their little Hot Toys Cos babies.
No,
make
that's usually
or-
it's a maybe because
Yeah.
sometimes they'll release cost babies and they won't release the 6-scale figures at all.
No, I'm just saying what Monica said.
Just get
But,
Zombie
Yeah,
Cat.
no, I agree. They're
Yeah,
like
Zombie
usually
Cat.
when you see a cost baby, usually they will tend to make that's an indicator that you're getting a 1/6 scale, but don't look at that as 100% always because there are plenty of times they'll release cost babies, but you won't get the figure.
Yeah.
I think for
Only
Goblin,
Zombie
I
Devil.
think Hadalorian's onto something. I think we're gonna get like a deluxe that's gonna have, a different head sculpt with just the goggles or whatever, and he's gonna have like a little hood you can put on him, because he's still wearing Goblin armor for most of that. So I think it's gonna be a deluxe version where you can kind of make him to whatever Goblin you want, and he's gonna come with that second head sculpt with the with the regular helmet as well.
And then you'll probably get an exclusive like act in 48 hours and you'll get the broken helmet when he breaks it.
Ooh.
Like how they did
Or
for the
they'll
Toy
give
Fair
it to you
things
DX.
where it
Maybe
was
it'll be a
like if
DX.
you order in 24 hours you get the hologram exclusives.
Yeah. Single songwriter teams will probably find get release information on these Chinese New Year's right on there.
They're gonna what I
Make
bet you gonna happen is we're gonna start getting just a lot of announcements
In
leading
January.
up into February, like in January, but leading up to February because come February 1st up until the end of February they're on break.
That doesn't mean they're not going to announce stuff in February.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're gonna
Songwriter-
announce anything, but they're not gonna do
We're not gonna
pre-orders
get
or
it.
ship anything.
Yeah,
Well,
songwriters.
no, they could.
we're
No,
gonna-
no. They will still possibly do pre-orders, but they're not going to ship anything.
The single songwriter seems to think we're going to get a 2-pack Goblin DX, like Boba Fett 2-pack.
I'm cool with that.
God, that would be expensive.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go that far. I think, especially being a villain, I think we're going to get just 2 head sculpts and some extra clothes so you can swap them out.
I'm just
And
happy we
Luke
got
keeps doing this.
Mysterio.
I don't know if he wants to say something or what. Probably can't though. He's on the bus, train, the thing. But really, I want to get a Doc Ock. That would be the one I want.
Lou's trying to play charades.
Yeah. No, listen. What I'm saying is this: is that then Marvel don't have any DX figures. Marvel has no DX figures. If
Star
they
Wars
do
does.
anything. Star Wars does, DC does,
Disney
but
does.
Marvel does not. So
Disney does too, though. So that's Marvel is Disney.
who?
Jack Sparrow.
No. Marvel's not Disney. Marvel's owned by Disney. There's a difference. Separate company, like you can have ownership of something and it being a separate entity. No, it is separate.
Anyway,
No,
continue with your point.
It is separate.
No, I was just joking. Lou, I was just joking. I'm just saying I was joking because it's Disney.
Yeah, I get you, but it's still Marvel. So, like, Marvel's branding has not changed into Disney. So,
oh, that's what you think.
What I
I'm
was
just
saying
playing. I'm just playing.
so
That's what you think.
so
Single songwriter pulling out the Captain America 2-pack. Or was that a DX single songwriter?
it wasn't a DX. They don't do DX, but they can do a 2-pack. It would be nice to have a 2-pack but the likelihood of that happening is 50-50. It's not, small, but it's 50-50.
Unless they go full on hobo goblin, like when he's like begging for food over May's kitchen or something.
When he's stealing donuts. That'll be the bonus.
Donuts,
he comes with donuts, so you can put them in the coat pocket.
That's when they'll do a 2-pack.
Yeah, but we're talking about all these villains coming back and this and that. But who's the bigger villain? The biggest villain coming back though is in Cobra Kai season 4. The Terry Crews is returning. The Sludge Lord himself.
Terry Silver.
Terry Silver.
All right.
Yeah, Terry Silver is coming back.
That's the guy with the ponytail, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the evil guy from Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
He sounded like a James Bond villain as he was planning the downfall of Mr. Miyagi and Daniel San.
But
that guy was one of the best. That guy was a great Marvel villain before they existed.
The quintessential 90s long ponytail, black clothes.
Or even more 80s, because I think that came out in 91. That's like 80s bad guy, drug dealer guy. But in this way, it's more family friendly, toxic sludge dumping business guy.
It was late 80s going into early 90s when all the villains had to have ponytails.
Yep. Well, he's back and looking not so good. So
you had to have a ponytail and you had to be a drug dealer who
you also had to know how to do a roundhouse kick.
Yep, there you go.
Let me DX.
No mercy.
It's not a DX, but a deluxe like Boba Fett. Hot Toys in Asia is Spider Crazy right now. They made the band mirror into colorful Spider-Man figures only for sale in Asia. I don't know what band mirror. Oh yeah.
That boy band. The only one I want is that black and yellow Spider-Man with all that rock.
Actually, the thing I saw them make was, I guess it was that artist special series that they did. They've had some Venoms that are Asia only. Because they did one that was Carnage colored one. It's limited to 100. That you get from Toys Wonderland, but it was $562.
Yeah, Toys Wonderland gets that black and yellow Spider-Man with the guitar and all the amps and speakers. I'll buy it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll get that one. That's my favorite out of the three.
Yeah, that's the only one I like out of the three that they showed.
So,
Maz,
did we?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
No, I didn't have anything yet. I was just kind of trying to get a foothold. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask something not Spider-Man movie related.
Oh.
So,
what's that?
Well, in relation to some of the figures and stuff that we were talking about.
Okay, what figures are we talking about?
Well, just the Batgirl Arkham Knight one just came out yesterday. And
yeah, we were all shocked by that because we were told that was going to get pushed back until next year. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. We saw that drop. VGM 40. So you're happy, right? Anybody else buy the Batgirl?
I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
Who here got the email for Rex shipping?
Me.
I did. Yeah. Facebook user. I'm not sure who this is. Why? Let's switch this back here. Why would Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, perform such a reckless spell? I think it was more just because his arrogance.
He felt bad. But he also felt bad for Peter.
And he's not the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yep. Wong is.
Yeah.
Through a technicality of being blipped for 5 years.
That's why he said, don't do anything.
Yep.
Stupid.
So,
because remember, he talks to Wong. He even says, he's like, come on, man. He's like, after everything this kid's been through. See, Doctor Strange had a soft spot for Peter because of that.
I don't think it was just a soft spot. He is very arrogant. He does like the.
Oh, yeah. He likes to be the
boundaries
dude.
And see what he can do.
He likes to be the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, he does like that hero card. But, I think you're right, though.
Yeah, for Doctor Strange, it was more about him.
Yeah. It was all about Doctor Strange, Maz. That doesn't sound right.
It was all about Doctor Strange.
Do you remember that one time? I forgot when he's like, do you remember that one time? No. And he goes, exactly.
Wait, what?
What is this? I think Gino
Fennec released. What?
Surely you joust.
Fennec Chan? You joust.
Holy shit! Yes! Oh my god!
Oh my lord!
Is Fennec released?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Fennec is up for pre-order. Good call. Let me get this shared here. Where am I at? All right, moving on from that.
Oh my god,
For
that head
now.
sculpt is amazing.
Sure.
I guess I'm gonna be pre-ordering right now. Let's see.
Nope, not
Just
video file.
waiting for my damn page to load so I can pre-order it. Oh, sweet! I got a coupon too.
Yeah, she's up. I can see her right now. Yep.
Yeah,
Is
she
she
looks
on
really good.
Tasha's page yet?
Oh, look at mommy. Look at
She got her
mommy.
head sculpt,
Oh,
man.
my
It's beautiful.
God.
Oh, my
Okay,
Rex
mine-
actually shipped. Hey, Lane, it's not stuck in the ports.
Good. I haven't
Yeah.
seen.
Oh,
I
she has
haven't
that
seen it.
strap as well.
I
just
think
got
the
my-
head sculpt
I-
is a little off here, but we do have one.
Yo,
I
and
got
she the
tracking. I
stomach.
got tracking on my
Look at her
Rex.
stomach.
It'll be
Look at
here
her
next
stomach.
Wednesday.
Make me
She
check
got.
that.
She
Look
got
at
the
her
robot stomach.
She got the
She got the
stomach.
robot guts.
I was
She
getting
got
to that.
robot
But
guts?
now I want to check my tracking my Rex. So.
Oh, yeah, my Rex is. I got tracking. I just grabbed tracking off of it. Let me
Shit.
pull up.
Rex, no, that's 501st.
Guys,
Yeah, I said this was gonna happen.
Yep, I got tracking on my Rex, but it's
If
just
Hot
'cause
Toys was
delivery
gonna
date
do
will be
Finnick-
provided. Say again?
If Hot Toast is gonna do this, they was gonna give us Finnick.
What
with
the hell?
stomach,
This
with the robot guts.
this Fennec just says coming soon.
Well, no, but it's because Sideshow hasn't gotten it yet.
Oh, okay. Is it just on
So-
Hot Toys?
Yeah,
Yeah. It
it'll
won't
probably
be-
be.
it
It'll
won't-
probably
it
be
won't- it'll probably be
tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I don't know why I was thinking it'd be now. I forgot what time it is. I completely spaced.
Yeah,
Sorry,
well,
it's been a long day
no,
for me.
No comment.
This is a Book of Boba Fett TMS.
Oh, that sniper
So-
rifle looks good.
We're not seeing anything with her belly though. I think the head sculpt's a little off though. She looks a bit more masculine.
Oh well.
Oh, look,
mine
they
is-
gave us
mine-
the-
no,
They
mine
gave
is
us
not-
they gave us the rectangle sand base.
Mine is not.
There's
feeling
no
quite as
footprints
good.
though.
Mine is not feeling so good because mine just says label created.
On
So it
your
could be
Rex?
still- Yes, so it means I could be waiting till the end of effing time.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Wait, are you able to see all the stuff that comes with her? Are you on a different page
At
here?
the end, yeah, the last photo.
Let me look at.
You're not doing this very well, Maz.
I'm not my fault. Where are you guys at looking at it? I was trying to look at her entire thing here. Where all her stuff is. So I'm sorry I'm tabbing through this. There we go.
So you get the was that Spotchka?
Yeah, you got the spotchka, you got a handgun, you got oh yeah,
Sniper
you got the
rifle.
belly modification there.
Oh yeah, you get the
I
belly
told
button.
you. I told you to get the
And
belly
what is
gut.
this bag of something here?
You're not. You're saying like that. I should be surprised, Lou. This is what do you think?
And
285.
we get boots.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think
what's
it-
up with
yeah.
the boot thing either.
This would
And that
probably be
base is
285.
probably just the card. It's not the textured. I bet you it's not the textured sand base. It's
Might have to
probably
get
the
two of them.
285. Easy.
Yes, Hate
285.
Lorian just announced.
You're gonna have to get two of them. One with
Hey,
her.
Lorian, it was just announced. Yes, sirree, Bobby. And you heard it here first.
One with her head sculpt, showing her robot stomach, and one with her helmet.
Now I got the wrong banner on this thing. This is not about Spider-Man anymore. It's about Finnick.
Hold up. Is the helmet gonna have the eyes, or is it gonna be one of those helmets that go on top of the head sculpt?
It's not very specific here, but I'm going to go with it's a helmeted head sculpt.
Well, if you look at the picture where she's holding the helmet, you can see through the
Oh,
helmet
yeah.
visor.
Yeah, it looks like it's on top kind of thing.
Nope.
Yep.
Good call. Let me see. Let's go find that picture again. Yeah.
And it must open up a bit too.
I'm a little worried about that. But yeah, there's her belly right there. Hey, look, my belly. I'm a robot belly.
I think the helmet is a separate a separate piece that goes on top of the head sculpt.
It might come apart in two pieces and attached to the face.
I
Yeah.
bet you her hair comes off the top of her hair,
Facts.
something like that.
No,
I know they've pretty much learned by now not to try to put this on top of the head.
Well, now I got my companion piece for my throne boba.
Yeah. But let's see if I can find. I guess Toys Wonderland right now would be somebody might have it up. Get an idea what it's going for. No, I don't want your Christmas sale.
It's going to be like $285 for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
The prices are going up on these things, man.
$285 minimum.
I like the fabric work though. It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, this is a proto, but
Iron Shoe. Toys Wonderland doesn't have her up yet.
So they just put it up a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, it's noon in Hong Kong. It's 12:15 p.m.
Mike is suggesting that he would go with the two-piece helmet like Star-Lord's, and then oh, thanks, Noble Young. Appreciate it.
It can't go over the head like that. It's gonna scuff, and people are gonna complain. It has
Like
to
I said, I think you're gonna take her hair off. I think it's gonna be like you're gonna have to take the hair off.
Can you get a profile?
Yeah, let me see if we can get a better picture of her face.
Get a portrait, maybe,
with the helmet on, right?
Either or.
The thing is, when the helmet is on in the photos, you can still see a ponytail, so I don't think the hair comes off.
Yeah,
the back of
right.
The hair might not come off. The top of the hair might still.
A piece on top might, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a.
You can see the little bangs or ponytails, yeah.
I want a closer look of the head with the helmet on. I want to look like this with the helmet on.
See the way the rooting is. Like I don't think a piece.
Yeah,
comes
the hair's
off.
still there. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's the hair hanging down.
It's got to be. It's a two-piece then, for sure. The black part pops right out.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the scuffing on that head, though.
Mom, stop worrying about crap.
Yeah.
It's just been shown 5 minutes ago.
If you're worried, then buy two.
I'm not worried enough to not buy it, but it is a general concern, right?
Yeah. Well, in the last picture, when they show everything, they show her wearing the helmet as if, which to me implies it's a second head sculpt with the helmet on. Like, otherwise, they would just show just the helmet, wouldn't they?
Well, they showed just the helmet in her hand.
True.
And you could see through the visor, so.
Yeah, let's not worry about it right now, guys.
I think it looks great, though. I like this figure looks really good.
Why not worry later?
Dude, I'm going to be pre-ordering this. It's just a matter of when, because, I'm not trying to let my pre-orders get really that far ahead of me.
Well, look at the texture on the clothing. Is that rubber or is that going to be cloth?
I'm going to get us some closer looks here in just a few minutes, okay?
You see, like, under her pads and stuff, that there's like a circular pattern going on. It looks really neat.
Save all these so I can zoom in on them and stuff. So,
even the gun looks awesome,
dude. I'm digging this.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I'll be back later.
All right, Lou.
Bye, Lou. Have fun storming the castle.
Good to hear from you, brother.
And hey, this is a good way to start with the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, you see his right arm.
So I wonder if this means, because we have the announcement, that means maybe we could have Ahsoka on Friday.
Dude, they need to give it Ahsoka. I know I'm tabbing through these guys. I'm going to get some closer pictures here. I'm just saving all these so I can zoom into this stuff properly.
Well,
yeah,
this means
that's a flat card on that base.
This basically sets. I'm man. This means already for January to March of next year. I already have 2 of the 3 figures I'm going to allow myself get are already now set aside.
Yeah, we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble.
Well, no, I mean, because I'm only allowing myself 3 a quarter now going forward. Maybe a 4th if there's something like really, really, really much I like, but I already have 2 of my 3 now already set, for heaven's sakes. So I got Fennec now. Oh, I knew she was coming. I mean, I knew.
And you're gonna keep her, right?
For all the jokes you guys like to make, most of the characters.
Dude, I understand you got to cycle through the stuff due to space and finances. I get it. I'm not trying to rag you on that. Just
Look at the detail on just like the textures on the cloth. There has to be like a rubberized. I mean, you can't get that with cloth, right?
Well, we're gonna get zoomed in here in just a second. I got all the pictures. There's Finnick right there.
Yeah, but she looks good. It does set the bar though high for any other figures from this line coming from Book of Boba. Like right off the bat.
All right, here we go. Boom. Now we can get some zooming in. What do you guys want to look at?
Enhance.
You want to enhance this one? We'll just
Enhance.
this one.
Yeah, see the texture? Like that's what I'm curious about. Do they make this out of like a rubberized, like it goes over the, you know what I mean? It kind of goes over the cloth, or what is that?
Her
All right, what are we
gauntlets are
looking at so I
leather.
can get you a better idea?
I'm under the gauntlets. Under the gauntlets, do you see her arms, her bicep area, and her elbow areas?
Yeah,
The textures are
texture.
there.
Looks like a rubber suit.
It does have some texture, but look at this also. Look at her hair. I think this is like posable, or maybe done like the Predator hair.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Predator hair kind of. It's gonna where it's like has a flex to it.
Some kind of posability instead of a stiff hair.
Wow.
This gun looks beautiful too, man. This gun.
Yeah, I know. The gun looks awesome.
I have to give Hot Toys this. I'm waiting to see how the Batgirl turns out, but Hot Toys for some of
Here's a
their
better
announcement
look at
was
this suit.
Yeah. Wow.
It looks like it doesn't look like it's layered like a rubber suit. It looks more like it's just a pattern in the
Pattern.
Mhm.
Still looks
A
good.
micro pattern in the stitch like that. That's so hard to do. I think it's like sometimes they do like an adhesive, and it's like a rubberized that they coat over that can attach to fabric with like a light, for more like a better term, like a stencil, and it gets dipped. I've seen that before, similar to how they just would do something on like a child's clothing, like a black print on it.
Hold on, I'm trying to find another shot with the hair because I want to see. Yeah, it looks like this hair is definitely posable because you look over here, and they got it over here, and it looks pretty natural. And then on this one, it's not on
It's
her
in the
shoulder at
back.
all. So yeah, I think you can move that all over the place.
Oh yeah, one's got a little ponytail on her shoulder, and then the other one has the whole thing. I bet there's different attachments. It's probably not posable, but there's going to be like 2 or 3 different hairs that you could, like ponytails, you could plug in there.
And what is this?
And that would make sense too. Like they could plug the helmet into the ponytail area, but the
Might
ponytail
be
shows
some form of money.
Yeah, it looks like currency.
And we got maybe Koska or somebody else behind her. This is a Mandalorian behind her.
Yeah, looks like the
That blue
the
one.
Death Watch, the Death Watch one.
It's not Death Watch. The boots are wrong. This is one of the females. It's either Bo-Katan or
It's definitely blue above the boots.
Yeah, you see the blue knee pad.
But I'm just trying to figure out why they got us looking at the boots, so I'm kind of zoomed into.
The one in the back that's a teaser for something.
Yeah, that's a teaser for something. That's for sure.
Oh look, you get the knife inside the stock of the rifle, just
Yeah.
like in the show. Good.
Oh, nice, yes.
Now we got to worry about the stupid another gun thing.
I was going to ask, is that Boba Fett that's on the throne the same that we've seen before? Or is it like the different colors that we see in the trailer?
Let me go
didn't-
find that.
Yeah, is
picture.
it the scratched up one or not?
Hold on.
The figure looks awesome.
Oh, it's scratched up.
There's
not the perfect
there's a
thing.
further shot of that. So let me find
You
it.
could see the helmet and his chest. It was scratched up.
I wasn't hyped on the 2-pack, but I'm getting hyped on this.
There we go.
See, look, it's all dinged up and scratched.
Around the red, yeah.
Yep, and the chest. See
And his
all
belt
those.
They got the brown
scrapes?
boots though.
Yeah, we're getting another Boba.
That
Well,
throne
I mean,
looks
you
so
say
dope.
that like it's shocking. Cigar.
No,
I don't think
no.
that's
That's
the
why I
right
just
one.
said it that way. I wasn't all hyped. I was like, there we go. There's the next one. They're showing the next one.
Well, in the trailer, he had brown boots, and it looks like he has black.
Is this Fennec Shan the same one that comes in the 2-pack?
There's no Finnick in a 2-pack.
I thought there was a Boba 2-pack, right? Am I
There's
wrong?
No,
with
that's
Boba.
Boba. They're both Bobas.
Yeah, it's Boba and it's Roba and bird poo armor.
So we got her hair there.
That skull definitely needs a little work, though.
Magnetic ponytails. Yeah, I could see that, especially with Venom being a new figure.
It is possible. Yeah. Why won't you let me? I guess that's the only way I can go. All right. Trying to, but it still looks like you can move it a bit. So maybe you can just swing the magnet.
Well,
kinda
Lane,
over a
guess
bit.
what? Friday will probably be Boba with the scratches in this armor announcement.
Hey, Lauren, you can, man. You can.
Yeah, it pops open. There's a little window
Hold on,
for
I'll
it.
find you there you go, right there.
Yeah, right there.
I don't remember the scene in the show where she shows the bionic stuff, but I don't really remember it.
It's in
Yeah,
the-
she does.
Does
When
she?
she
It's in the episode
when
where they
Mando when she shows up with Boba and Mando's like, "You're alive," and she opens up and says
Oh
that.
yeah, I gotta rewatch that.
Actually, the head sculpt, I'm starting to like it more and more now. That
Yeah, I don't think it looks too bad.
Hey, is this a DX? Are her eyes in different positions?
I realized they were looking up a bit there.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they were looking up in that other one, I think.
I'm looking for more pictures to see if her eyes move.
I
seem to
think
be
if,
the
they-
same.
Those are straight.
if her eyes moved, they would make sure that they would be pointed out in the pictures, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
thought about the
So
ponytails
they
as
can
well.
let you know we're going to charge you another $25.
But she, like her eyes are looking up right there. Am I tripping?
No, you're
Yeah,
tripping.
no, I
No,
saw
they're
that
looking-
as well.
you're
They haven't
tripping.
moved her eyes once, man.
I don't know. I think that one shot. Maybe it's just the angle of the shot. I'm gonna pre-order this one for sure. This is there goes my Christmas bonus.
I wonder
Wow,
if these
that looks
wisps are
good.
posable, like they're wire bendy or something.
I hope not, because wire bendy over time, just like the rubber would start to deteriorate. I hope they're just kind of I hope they're a plastic, like a rubber with like some flex, like a rubberized plastic.
You'll end up getting that Deathstroke. Remember how the Deathstroke has the bendable wire for his headband, and after
Yeah.
a while, too many bending, the wire will pop out of the fabric. You'll end up getting the same thing with her bangs.
I was actually looking to buy that Deathstroke earlier this week.
I still want it.
Well, I'm watching Titans, so I'm like, oh, yes.
CT603 is making good points here. Very nice. Wish we'd gotten a Cara Dune after seeing this.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
nice
like-
to get Cara Dune.
I don't like Cara Dune as a character, and I don't think. I don't know. I wouldn't want a Cara Dune. I'd rather have this. That's just personal preference. though.
Yeah, I agree as well.
This has got a wire in it, I think. This is posable.
Yeah. Wow.
You can kind of tell from this back one here. Looks like it's got a pose to it. Split cut boot design, which is nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lou, that's what I thought as well. What you said in the chat.
Let's see if we got double bend here. Let's look around here. Do we get double bend? Oh, wrong way, I guess. We're done that way. Yep, got the double bend in the elbows. Got a nice
Definitely not an armor with the arms.
definitely not an armor body.
So more than 50 cents and a stick of chewing gum spent on it.
I wonder if she's got a good hand to use for that. Let me take a look at her hands. 'Cause
For holding the helmet?
I hate trying to do the helmet hold pose and you got rubbish hands to hold the helmet in. You know?
Yeah, and you
Not
end
a
up
lot
with
of things
some-
to bug you.
You end up
Say
with some
again?
blue tack, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I have to do half the time. It's not fun. It's annoying.
It's probably that hand right there, that left hand.
Probably. Let's take a look at the hands she's got here.
Mm.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's
was,
gonna be.
it was the one that Chris was talking about.
Yeah, what does she got? That's a right and left trigger, two fists. One of these is gonna hold the knife though.
That
I think
one
that's-
right
one here.
there. Yeah, that one looks suspect. Like it looks a little
And then
different.
these are just two relaxed hands to do.
I don't know if it
whatever.
holds the knife or they just created the illusion in the picture.
Well, she's got that knife
Nope.
right here. So that
She's not
it just
holding
tucks
it.
in.
Yeah.
I don't think she's holding. I think they just.
This is the hand right here. This is the one.
Yeah, she's holding. So
It's
it's
this hand right
the
there.
one with her thumb. Yeah, that one. The other one.
I don't know.
Is that the knife that goes in again?
Yep. It comes out of the
Yeah.
stock there. Yep.
I think they just put the hand in front of it. I don't know if the
Yeah.
knife has a hilt, so I don't really remember.
It's a
Guys,
throwing
don't
blade.
push the buttons of the Hadelorian, man.
Oh,
Don't make
man.
it hate all over the screen.
Hey,
Oh,
I
dude.
did end it with
God,
it's just a personal. I did end it with it's just a personal preference. It wasn't.
Hey,
I'm not hating on
Lauren, I
Cara
was
Dune.
up there. I want Cara Dune.
There is no personal preferences. There is
Mike
only...
Hollis doesn't seem to think that this ponytail is posable, and probably right. It seems to be on the same shoulder every time, but hopefully it's magnetic and movable, because that's going to be really annoying to try to pose it otherwise.
Give me Cara Dune all day.
Jonathan says, "Man, I won't have room for Boba the Throne and Finnick in the same detour tray." But I will.
Right,
Yeah.
Detoff.
I know what he meant to say, but I wanted to go
Oh.
with what he spelled.
No, Detoff will fit it. Fine.
It'll fit the whole thing, I think. But you won't have anything else in there. It'll be those two.
Yeah,
If you
just
sit
be
her on the
those two.
side.
Unless you want to put people behind Boba, behind the
Guards.
throne.
Maybe. We'll see.
I think Loco Lu has a point where if the ponytails were swappable, they would have shown it in the photos at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Maz, I'm glad you're live. I need to squee.
You need to what?
Squee.
Oh.
Squee!
What's up, Penny? What's going on, man?
Okay.
Yo, Penny.
Yeah, we were doing the review of the movie, and it kind of got pulled on a whole bunch of tangents and whatnot. But then somebody was like, Finnick dropped, and we're like, yeah, sure, right. And then sure enough, boom,
Yeah,
Finnick.
next thing you know, you'll be telling us that Ashoka dropped. It'll be like,
Dude.
sure.
That'd be a great end of
Well,
my
Ahsoka
evening.
just dropped on the Facebook.
What?
Nah, I'm pulling your leg. No, don't.
Man,
don't,
don't-
He was making a
don't take me
joke.
seriously.
I only got 2 of those.
Damn it, Ben.
British sarcasm coming out. Sorry.
Somebody posted in 6 Kill Network, sand base alert, but they don't seem to realize that it's just a card. It's one of those crappy sand bases. Just
Yep.
a card. I'm not saying the other ones are any better, because they got the feet that make you kind of do that. but-
Because they got feet that go even with droid feet. That
Oh,
don't-
the base that all the Mandalorian stuff got.
They're giving you that crappy base because they're trying to push you to buy Boba on a throne, so that way you're forced to have her next to something cool.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's no brainer. I'm looking for her on the stand though, so we can see the better shot of the stand. But look at that, man! Look at her on that throne. Beautiful. There we go. So yeah, that's
It
just
doesn't even have the footprints.
yeah, it's just
Nope.
the card. It's just the little. It's not even a textured base. It's just a card.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Because you could usually see the ripples and the waves in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
whatever.
couple figures they've done that with.
I'd rather prefer that than the stupid footprint sand base.
Yeah, same.
I'm happy with the split boot though.
Yes. Yeah.
I think they learned that a couple years ago, and like pretty much everything has kind of come out with the split boot.
The problem is she's not gonna be able to hold the spotchka with the hand she's given. This
No,
is
they-
balanced with the relaxed hands here, but she doesn't have a hand that actually holds it. Like if you want to
No.
hold it up in the air like she's drinking or something, you're gonna have to work out
Yeah.
something with one of the other hands. Try to
Blue
figure out
tack. Blue tack.
something. Yeah. Well, depending on how weighty it is, but
First world problems.
right.
Looks great though. I
Oh
think
yeah,
this is
I'm growing more and more into this head sculpt, man. I'm digging
It's
it.
a DOPO for me probably.
And yet you can obviously move this hair because in some of the shots, this hair is further along her front. So you can move that hair to some degree or another. It's movable. Because all right, so you got the hair just barely on her shoulder right here, right? And then if we go,
And in
Go to
one
other
shot,
ones.
it's completely not
yeah,
even in the
look how
picture.
far down it is there, and then okay, well, hold
And
on.
look where it's at. It's over the little thing on her chest.
Hold on, there was another. Yeah, there it is. There. It's about the same distance, but it's definitely getting moved around.
Just give us the Barbie hair braids. We can do it.
See, this one's got a lot of slack here.
That's because her head's tilted, though.
Yeah. But yeah, this sculpt is actually, it's growing on me the more and more I look at it. Lane, you're about out of here. No, we got a Fennec drop, man. We gotta hold on now and see what else drops tonight. Maybe the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 drops tonight.
I hope not. I don't want to be broke.
Well, you don't have to order right this second.
Yes, I do.
I will, but you won't.
Yes, I do, Mike. Yes, I do.
I thought you didn't have any money, Maz.
I've already worked this deal out with the wife, man. She knows we're getting Ecto 1.
Yeah, but I meant, well, find the Ecto, but how are you going to do Fennec?
More begging and pleading.
Well,
Life finds a way. Okay.
As much funny as it would be to see on your hands and knees going, "Ow, please, please."
Where do we find what, CT? I saved these onto my hard drive so I can zoom in.
I just picture that whole conversation like a little kid explaining to his mom why he needs the toy, but Maz explaining it to his wife on why he really needs this toy.
She hates when I use that term "need." Talking about toys. She's not
Yeah.
her
Well,
shit.
the thing is,
You don't
because
need it.
it's like,
You don't-
I think didn't he already have to use that to like explain why he needed to get the
Hey,
Boba
man,
Fett
hey.
new pack from Toys
Look.
from Wonderland?
We don't have
And
to
Ecto
discuss.
1.
We don't have to discuss the guy's personal financial status here live. Let's not do that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But right now, I am
No,
a
I
very
wasn't
kept man.
discussing it. I was just using the whole. I wasn't trying to discuss Maz's thing.
I don't want to.
Conversation, just making a joke.
Yeah, I got you. I don't want to air his
Yeah.
laundry though.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to air that out.
Mm-hmm.
I did my laundry yesterday.
Still smells.
The style thing.
I actually have to head out soon too. Unfortunately,
No.
I don't work in the morning.
So
It sucks.
Penny seems to think, has the impression that Fennec sculpt looks a little better from
You gotta go to
below.
work early or something, Chris?
Yeah,
Isn't it like 7
Well,
o'clock?
it's only
where
like
you're at?
7 something over there, isn't it? You're in California.
yeah. I got to go to work at 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay. my
jeez.
wife-
I
It's 5 in an hour and 20 minutes over here.
I get paid good though, so it's my job, and my job is really cool.
That head sculpt just keeps looking better and better every time I look at it. Look at that.
Are you sure that the eyes aren't moving, man? I swear.
Yeah, no, the eyes are not moving.
Is it just the angle that they've moved the head? Like it's giving me that
It's
illusion.
like the eyes that follow you when you look at them.
Yeah, what's that called? It's that certain effect where it always looks like the eyes are following.
The haunted mansion statue. I don't know.
The Disney
Disneyland shit.
Imagineer effect.
Yeah.
But I definitely am, so far from what I'm seeing pretty impressed with what they've laid out for.
The head sculpt looks good, man. You get that feeling from the show when she's always giving you that stern, serious look.
Yeah. What is the actress's name? Is it Ming-Na Wen, right?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Ming-Na Wen. Yep.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous for her age too.
Oh yeah.
Formerly Chun-Li.
I went ahead and followed her on Instagram because she's just really cool.
Yep. How many grandmas you know can like whoop 80 dudes' asses at once?
She's a grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fennec's got that scar there, guys. You didn't realize that. Did I get too close? Yeah, right under the eye there, right?
I mean, I don't know if she's like a real grandma, but she's like grandma age.
But she's only 57.
That's grandma age.
58.
Dude.
58.
It's grandma
yeah.
age.
That's grandma.
Mhm. I don't know. My mom didn't become a grandma until she was 67. There's a difference in that kind of age.
No, she's 58. Karthi. She just had a birthday too. I think it was on her Instagram.
I mean, I'm not saying she's like old grandma. She's like, young,
And I believe she
good-looking
is
grandma.
actually a grandmother. So.
I think.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, like one of my friend's wife has like been posting pictures with her, and she's not that old. She's not in her 50s. We're all looking now. I'm all on my Instagram.
I think
Ming
she's
Na Wen.
57.
Her on Wikipedia says 58.
I think her birthday,
as of November 20th.
yeah, her birthday was very recent.
Anyways, I brought her up. Her likeness really lends itself to being easily sculpted, and this looks pretty spot on.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
I'm gonna have to get her to sign her box when I get this, of course.
I think I could probably pull that off for you.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. But I'd like to meet her too. You know, she seems really cool.
Well, my friend Matt, he's married to a woman. Her name is Jenny, and she's actually a voice actress from Avatar. But she's always posting pictures with this girl the last couple of weeks. I'm like, huh. And Matt is a drummer of a band I've played in. So I wonder.
I would like to get my entire Mandalorian cast of boxes signed eventually, like all the cast.
I think Pedro would be the hard one to lock down.
Yeah. Which is funny, man, because I mean he started out with stuff like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was like just the vampire guy. I've never seen him on that show. I was like, what does Pedro Pascal?
I like most people, was first introduced to him from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Viper.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why he
and then
really
Narcos.
broke out, though.
Yeah, he was good in Narcos.
Yeah. Good with beady
He's
eyes.
going to rock it even more as Joel, I think. When we get
He actually survived in Narcos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, he got his head popped like a grape from the mountain.
Penny,
That's right.
I usually go with the art box, man. That's where I got my Derek Mears signature and my classic Predator is the art box.
Yeah, art box for sure. That's where I got my Ray Park signature.
Yeah, granted, you may not always see it because it might be put away inside of a nice box or something, but you know it's there and you can pull it out whenever displayed.
That is the first world dilemma I've been having, Moz, lately, because I have my box on display, but I'm like, I gotta put this away. It takes up a lot of space.
It takes up too much space, right? So
I get it signed, and then you don't want to stack the boxes like I normally would, and I don't keep the plastic sleeve, so I'm like, I can't put stuff on top of it
right now. So yeah.
Just some real first world problem stuff.
That's first world.
Tamara Morrison probably is tricky to get to. Yes, I'm hoping one day he'll come to Dragon Con because Dragon Con might not be the biggest of all the conventions, but they get a ton of awesome guests.
Tamara's been to a bunch of conventions though, and I don't think so. When you see Pedro in interviews, and I haven't seen him do a lot of the circuit of cons, he just probably doesn't want to do that kind of stuff right now. Like I get the vibe, but he's like, that's fandom isn't his shtick, Mm-hmm. So I don't see him participating a lot of things. I've seen Tamora at quite a bit of conventions over the years. It might be different now. Now he's so knowing a lot of actors myself, the convention like circuit is kind of when you don't have another source of income. And a lot of they'll do these show cons and this because they do make good money on these. But when they're kind of successful, then they don't really do this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So Tamora Morrison, he was really chilling for a while. So he's doing a bunch of cons. I don't know if going on now after this, if he's going to be showing up at a lot of them. It would be smart financially for him. He'd be able to charge more.
Well, I know Ray Park's been here several times, and I'm going to have to make an effort to get him to sign one of my Hot Toys boxes. Should I go with Solo Mall or DX-17? Or Clone Wars Mall when that comes out?
Well, I don't know if you saw my review or any of my pictures.
I know you did the DX-18.
He has the worst signature. It's just like this huge red scribble on my thing, and it doesn't look like anything. I got it on the Solo Mall box. Mm-hmm. And he does the circuits here.
Beckett authentication service, I think, too.
Oh, you do that on the box?
Well, I did that for the other signatures I got. Like I got Doug Jones. I got him to sign my Buffy Hush Pop from the Gentleman Funko Pop. Because Doug Jones played him. He was also, the Amphibian Man from Hellboy.
Yeah.
Water and all that stuff. But I thought the nice offshoot was like the Gentleman from the Buffy episode. It's like a more down low kind of appearance. So I got him to sign that, and I got Beckett to authenticate that. I got Michael Biehn to sign a NECA figure. It's got Hicks and a Xenomorph in it, 2-pack. Got them to do that, and Derek Mears when I got them. I got him to sign my Hot Toys box. Yeah, I used Beckett for all those because they were at the Days of the Dead Atlanta that I was at. Beckett had a little service there. So,
all right.
So, but at like the little comic shop signing, like you were at for your Darth Maul thing, I don't know if they're going to have an authentication service there, but If he comes to Atlanta Comic-Con, I'm sure I'll have, because he was there last year. I'm sure I'll have Beckett or somebody access to that. Hot Toys just put all these up. Yes, this is all new stuff, OG fan. We were going to talk Spider-Man, and we did for some time, but Finnick has come in and said, put the spider away. I am here now.
There are always time for spoilers later. My announcement is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
What is your announcement? I'm sorry.
No, I was speaking like Fennec's announcement is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Penny, I think I'm going to go with Clone Wars Mall, to be honest with you. I think he's going to have the more interesting box out of all of them.
That's a weird one, right? Because
but I would also want Sam Witwer to sign that one.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
His prison, isn't it?
Yeah, with the prison, which is a cardboard cutout thing.
It does look awesome. That box does look awesome.
But yeah, actually, I do need to reserve that for Sam Witwer, don't I? Yeah. I didn't like that actor until I saw him play Maul, man, because he played in that Battlestar Galactica. I don't know if you ever saw the reboot series, and he played like the most annoying freaking character that you wanted
Sam
to
Witwer?
shoot. Yeah. And then his rendition of, Doomsday in Smallville was it wasn't his fault, but it was bad.
Yeah.
He was rubbing me all the wrong ways until he played Maul. And then I was like, oh, man, I love his voice for Maul.
Yeah,
well, I get behind it. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
I was just going to say, you can definitely like hear the passion in his voice when he's voice acting for Maul. Like you can tell he loves it.
God, dude, I want to use that as like my booty music, man. Like when I'm getting some, I want to have just Sam Witwer narrating.
Screaming Kenobi. Just screaming Kenobi as you come.
Kenobi! Yes, that'd be awesome.
A little too much. Your wife's face is just like.
I'm not even sure what to say to that. That was
the more
info or anything that I
he's
needed.
got when he's trying to convince you to do something you don't want to do, or trying to tell you how it is. He's got a very. He's got a nice mild tone.
I got behind Sam Witwer because, obviously for the Clone Wars, he's a great voice actor, but when you see like how much he admires the character and the role that he built with Maul, and he really helped build and elaborate on that, and he was he
made Maul a character, not a caricature.
Yeah, exactly. And he was also in he did the motion capture and model for Force Unleashed, the games, the Star Wars games. He's Star Killer.
Sam did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Star Killer.
Yeah, it's modeled after him.
Penny being funny. Penny.
Well,
But it's good that I actually have a mod in here now, man. We had some ruffians come in earlier, Penny. Where were you? But anyway, so yeah, this thing is coming out. This is awesome. I can't wait. I keep checking to see if Toys Wonderland or somebody puts it up so I can see. I don't think Sideshow's going to have it up right away, and if they do,
probably not tomorrow morning.
Coming soon, and you'd be like, "You lazy bastards."
What is the consensus? We 285 on this?
That's what everybody.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's like the new minimum, the new 235, right? It was 235 for a long time. It used to be 185.
I think 270 is the minimum. 285 is more going to be the average if there's a head sculpt or anything to it.
Yeah, head sculpts are about 270, 285.
Every time I type in Finnick, I just keep getting the Iron Studios.
If it's a troopery thing like Captain Vaughn, that was 250. So,
right, because there's no head sculpts.
Which was
now, Sideshow still only has Doctor Strange up for and Catwoman and stuff.
So. The Doctor Strange,
it won't be till tomorrow. They'll put it up tomorrow for pre-order.
I'm happy to see an original character come out because Hot Toys has kind of been just releasing updated versions of characters because they already have the sculpts pretty much dialed in and the accessories dialed in. So it's like you get a new Doctor Strange, you'll get Neo when they already have John Wick, like they have all this stuff in place to make these ones easy, and they're doing some kind of low effort releases, but I'm happy to see that like this is being announced.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I agree with you. And Jonathan, I'm actually mad at you if you can use your $20 coupon on this because mine expires tonight.
So does mine. Damn it.
I already used mine.
So I won't be using a coupon on this either because they suck.
You guys got coupons?
I got a
What?
coupon for I think Gwen. I think was what triggered my coupon. I don't know what triggered it, but I got a coupon just recently that expires on the 21st. So it's probably actually already expired.
Lane, my Catwoman statue looking mighty beautiful, by the way.
Oh, I might
buddy.
get one from Rex. Good point. Good point. I might get one for Rex because he just shipped. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I got to get going.
Lane,
Always a pleasure, sir.
it's always a pleasure, sir. Thank you for
Have a
coming
good
in
one,
tonight,
Lane.
man.
Good to
All
speak
right,
to you, Lane.
chat.
We'll chat with you later.
All right, chat,
Saturday,
make
if
sure
you can
you-
make it. I know it's Christmas, but if any of you make it,
I'm going to be in Florida.
okay. All right. They don't have internet in Florida. I'm just kidding.
I'm not talking about fingers while I'm at my parents.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know, Lane. Thank you.
They'll just
All
be
right.
more
Have a good
disappointed.
holiday, man. If I don't talk to you before then.
All righty, everybody.
kidding.
Have a good night. All right,
Good
take
night,
care.
Lane.
See you, Lane.
Bye-bye.
Later, Lane.
CT, you can generally use those coupons right when a figure goes up on pre-order. You got like a week sometimes. Is that about right?
I don't know.
Anyone? Yeah, I don't remember the specifics, but I
don't
think you got at least a day or two. So hopefully we'll see a coupon come in the mail. But
What do you see if you have coupons? Are they in like your wallet or something? Your Sideshow rewards?
well, you get an email.
Oh, dude, but see, I don't go through their emails because they send me so fucking many.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
just-
so annoying, isn't it?
there's
I
so
get it.
many.
So yeah, I got a coupon here. It says expiring December 21st at 2021 at 12:06 a.m. So mine's already expired for that one because that was this morning, not yesterday or whatever, not tonight. But yeah, I got that email 7 days ago. So that probably Gwen that triggered that.
So since December 1st, I have about 47 emails from Sideshow. Like all the things that they did. So like I don't go through their emails, you know what I mean? So I don't see
Yeah.
if I
And you get the promo codes. It's on your account page too. But the thing is weird about your account page is that there was something I noticed. Let's see.
Where were you going with that?
I don't know. Right now I have no promo
code.
code saved. So
I got nothing. Promo codes on
fun
your account
times.
page.
Noodle salad.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got no promo code. They don't like me. Fucking General Grievous.
Okay, man. I'll add her to my pre-orders as soon as I can now because of that coupon. So if I can add the coupon, what sucks too is they don't tell you can add the coupon or not. You just try to add it, and he's like, not going to work."
Yeah, you have to try it.
Yeah, and then it doesn't really tell you if it doesn't work because you could have put it in wrong. So you try it like 3 or 4 times, type it in again and again, and you're like, Then you try the drop-down menu. No. Does it even work with coupons? We don't know. It's quite frustrating.
All right, nerds. I gotta hop off too.
All right, Chris. Thanks for
Always
popping in
fun
here.
to
man.
Good to speak
pop
to you,
in.
Chris.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, Ben. I'm gonna have my camera. I don't know if I can do a Christmas stream, but I want to hop back on this before Christmas if you're gonna do one.
My next stream is Saturday that I know of for sure. So, which turns out to be Christmas this year.
Maybe you might want to
I
postpone that
don't
one.
even know if I'm going to go on. It really depends on if I have anybody else that can, back me up and be on with me. But I don't, if
I mean,
you guys
I'd be
all
on.
got Christmas stuff going on, then I get it. But my wife and I,
guys.
we're now by ourselves. Our kid is in a whole other state, so we don't really do anything. We're
Nice.
gonna have
So
homemade
what you're,
enchiladas. That's what we're gonna have.
what you're telling me is you sold your child for Hot Toys figures.
Sure. You mean
Black
sell as
market.
in they still hit you up for money because they need gas or something? Because they didn't plan properly? Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's see you later.
All right,
Later,
man. Have a good
Chris.
one.
Bye.
What
So,
time was your? Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go right ahead. What's up, Ben? You didn't
What?
have a lot of time to talk.
Yeah. And, what time was your Christmas stream on Saturday? Would it be?
It should be 6 Eastern. So what's that?
Okay.
11 your time? You're 5 hours
Yeah.
ahead, right?
I mean, yeah. I could probably make. Well, it'll be the end of Christmas for me, so yeah, I could make that if you.
Yeah. If
it
you'd
goes
like
ahead.
to come on, man, I'll send you a link. In fact,
Yeah,
let
man.
me make sure I add you on my Facebook thingy here, right? Because apparently we're not friends yet or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know who I'm friends with, who I'm not.
Let's see, view profile and then add friend. There you go. I got you.
Cheers.
So there you have it. Do we want to go back to Spider-Man now that this is kind of that's what we're supposed to be talking about? And Ben, when you came on, you didn't have a lot of time to talk about it. So if you want
I mean, where do I start?
well, let me get back to the little icon that I was using for spoilers, so that
Sure.
so that people know that we are talking about Spider-Man again. Where did I put that? There it is.
I mean, I guess I can say the biggest thing that annoyed me in the film, and this is just because I have something close to a hatred for the Sony Venom, was just like how I don't know. I just didn't like the whole introduction of, like, I thought it was just lazy how they used Sony Venom to bring in the symbiote for MCU Venom. I just thought, and when that post-credit scene came out for Venom 2, it scared me because I did not want that to be MCU Venom, if you know what I mean.
Well, it may not be. I mean, all we got is symbiote leftover, symbiote goo.
Yeah.
And that could be their opportunity to give us a whole new Venom that we haven't gotten yet. Hopefully, one that's so. Comic accurate, more so.
Yes,
especially aesthetically.
That's why I'm looking forward to that video game. I can't wait to see what the Venom looks like.
I just want a hot toy of Venom in that costume, or I'll be happy with the symbiote costume on a Spider-Man.
I was going to say, if Venom's in that game, who says the symbiote suit is not going to be in it? I mean,
I'd be happy with either, to be honest with you. But I think I can do a lot with photography with the Venom, just because he'd be a good monster to pit things against. And
yeah. Especially with all the so comic accurate stuff coming out recently.
Yes. But yeah, dude, I really enjoyed the movie. I was concerned at first that they were playing too much off of Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one, and going for that kind of feel and just kind of lazily bring it over to live action. But I think they did it fairly well, and I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, considering those those thoughts and feelings going into it. Like, they're just ripping off their other property to do this. And, I was really hoping we'd see Miles pop in there, especially after Jamie Foxx's character mentioned the Black Spider-Man thing. I was really hoping we would get another little Easter egg of Miles somewhere. Past that.
I mean, that must be coming now, because I didn't realize at first, but I think it was on Twitter somewhere, where he's also mentioned in Homecoming, apparently, Miles, which I didn't know about.
Yeah, his Uncle Aaron was in Homecoming.
Yeah, when he gets his hand,
I just completely forgot about
spiderweb
that.
to the trunk, and he's like, "My nephew's a huge fan of you."
Yeah.
So with all the references, he's bound to show up.
Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, the thing I'm concerned though with them doing the live action Miles is I'm sold on the animated version. I'm sold on the way he sounds, the way he looks, and I'm like, who are you gonna get that can fill that? Because I'm gonna be the whole time judging against that.
I know that they have just that's the problem. They've nailed it in that film, haven't they? It's just, I mean, you know how I feel about that film.
I'm gonna be sitting there judging.
Yeah, that film is just perfect, honestly.
And same with Gwen. I'm going to do the same thing with Gwen, no matter who they cast, unless they can find a way to cast, Haley Steinfeld, somehow.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a hard time buying it. I'm going to be.
Well, look at Chris Evans was
True.
Fantastic Four, not Johnny Blaze, Johnny Storm. Right, Johnny Storm. Whatever.
Yeah, he was
the Human Torch.
He was the
Human Torch and Captain America.
Yeah, but Kate Bishop, we're going to still see her. She's going to be in the Young Avengers. We're going to have Young Avengers. She's going to be there. So, that's the next Avengers movie. Supposedly, is Young Avengers.
Yeah. Have you guys spoken about the rumor for the Hawkeye finale? I don't know.
No,
I don't know how much you care about spoilers for future things.
Everybody, well, I got Spider-Man spoilers in the discussion, like stuff here, so I'm concerned about the viewers. But Put an F in the chat if you're cool with us talking Hawkeye spoilers as well. And
Possible
if I-
spoilers for literally tomorrow.
Or yeah, possible spoiler. We're not even actually fully spoiling. Just we're hypothesizing.
It's not even confirmed, so don't blame me.
The hell, the show will be on in an hour for us.
An hour for you. What?
Wait,
An
what?
hour for
Comes
you
on
at
at
midnight.
midnight.
It's 3 a.m. when it comes on, dude. What are you talking about for East Coasters?
Oh, it's 3 a.m.?
yeah, because it's on Pacific time, so it's midnight their time in the Pacific.
Damn it.
Yeah. So what you can do though is while you're waiting for that is you got Hawkeye. You could go to watch The Matrix first. I think HBO Max will be on with The Matrix already.
No. I told my son I'd watch it with him.
Yeah, I got to watch it with the wife. I can't do that either. But it was a thought. When do we get new episodes of The Expanse? Because I've now caught all the way up on The Expanse after Don mentioned The Expanse, and
Oh yeah, I've heard that's good. I haven't watched that personally.
it's
Well,
okay.
The latest season just came out, so it'll be a minute.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what night of the week the new episodes come on. Though.
Oh,
Anybody know? Was it Friday or Wednesday? Or...
I don't know. I usually just wait till it's the whole season's done so I can watch it all at binge watch it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had been doing up until this point, but I did, bleed over to episode 2, so I'm current. We only got 3 Fs in the chat, so I don't know if we can really go into Hawkeye because there's more than 3 people watching. So guys, again, I'll reiterate.
Hold on.
If you guys
It's not a
don't mind us talking
spoiler
about
if it
Hawkeye-
was in the trailer. Was it in any of the trailers?
No,
for Hawkeye?
this definitely was not in the trailer.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's just there's no one said anything out there to confirm it. It's just like a
Lou,
rumor, really.
you're back.
I made it. I'm
Yep.
back.
Ben
It's
wants to
as
talk
ever.
about Hawkeye, but you're not. Are you current with Hawkeye?
Yeah, I'm current with Hawkeye.
Okay.
I'm waiting for tonight's episode when it airs at 3 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
So,
I still
I
feel
just freaking I'm hyped because I hope this episode that's coming we get to see more Ronin. Just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
I want to see more.
What were you saying, Ben?
I was just going to say, they've, in the past 5 episodes, they've built up so much, and I feel like there's now one episode to resolve so many storylines. And we don't care about last episode's spoilers, do we?
All right, guys. I'm gonna just tell everybody this.
Not the last episode, the most recent one. I mean, that's come out.
We're gonna
episode
switch to
5?
Hawkeye. If you guys have been worried about spoilers for Hawkeye, you haven't watched any of it, you may want to mute us, and I'll give us this little thumbs up kind of thing when we're done talking about it. How about that? So just pay attention. And
I mean,
spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
spoiler
for
warning. Hawkeye.
Get out.
In 5,
oh, it's in the chat anyway,
4,
so
3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, go Ben. What were you want to say?
Oh yeah, they got so many stories to resolve, and they've also got to not only introduce Kingpin, but give his motive. If he's not the same one that was in Daredevil, they have to kind of introduce him and his whole character in one episode, and I don't know how they're going to fit that in.
I think they're going to just carry over the Daredevil story arc. I think.
But
then that's what we're looking at. That's why we got Matt Murdock in this MCU too. I mean,
yeah, but then I'm like, where are we in the timeline? Because
Yeah.
if it's the Daredevil, when he should just be in prison. I mean, they got so
Unless
much
they both
explaining to
blip.
do.
or post snap. We know that maybe he got out of prison during the snap.
True,
Maybe
I
he
didn't think
somehow
about the
kind of got
snap,
out
actually.
maybe he snapped away, and when he came back, he was like, they knocked down that part of
And
the
walk
jail.
out.
We don't know,
Yeah.
but, just something stupid
Yeah,
like
true.
that. Maybe he was being transferred. and
Maybe
so
we
he
could
put
get
a
more
book back in
story
Nova
of that
Street.
with Echo.
Say again. What about Echo?
I said maybe
Probably
we
going to
could
get more of the
that
backstory in
backstory
the show
if-
Echo.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Echo.
Yeah, she does have her own show coming out.
Because remember, Echo and Daredevil had a relationship. So, and that's in the comics.
Yeah.
So if Echo and Daredevil had a relationship in the comics, this could possibly reintroduce Matt Murdock into the fold.
I just want Karen Page back, man. Deborah Ann Wool.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
as
that
Karen
would be
Page,
great.
I'm just in love with her. I'm like, man, she's just gorgeous. She's just,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
So-
Foggy, got to get him back as well.
you can't take your eyes off of any scene she's in. I'm just like, I mean, the moment I see that little ear come out through her hair, I'm like, I'm gone. I'm just like, oh, so gorgeous.
Dude. I hear you, but she's not the one I want to have coffee with. If you get what I'm
That's
saying.
fine. You can. As long as my Karen Page from this show doesn't turn into the drug addict, I'm happy with my choice.
Thank you.
Yeah, because she ends up dying in the comics, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Ooh.
Spoilers, even there.
Yeah.
All right. So we moving back to Spider-Man. Can I give Penny the thumbs up?
Yeah, give the thumbs
All
up.
right. Penny, you can come back now. So Spider-Man, we had so much happen. It's just hard to keep up with everything. But so, what was your who made the best entrance when they out of the three? I mean, of course, we get Toby. So between Toby and Andrew, who made the best entrance? For me, I think it was Andrew. Just got the way he kind of hopped over to the portal and was like, "You talking to me?" And just the way he moved, it was just fun to watch when he came up to that portal. But what do you think, Maguire's entrance or Andrew Garfield's entrance?
Garfield, because he had to prove he was Spider-Man.
Which one you asking? Who you asking?
Cigar says he had to prove that he was Spider-Man. Ben,
That part was funny.
I mean, there was for the whole audience in my cinema, there was definitely more hype for Garfield's entrance. As soon as he turned his head and you saw those eyes, it was like that. Was really a really awesome moment. I kind of found Toby's entrance a bit awkward. I don't know if they did that on purpose.
it was a
didn't
little
really know.
more. Lou?
Yeah.
I know you're a fan of both. Well, more so Toby.
I'm a fan of both, but Andrew was the one that got the most out of me because he was the first one to come in. He was the first. So usually the first person gets the buzz, right? And here's the thing. He's in his suit. When Toby comes through, he wasn't in his suit. So it's like, yeah, I'm Peter. And then the whole dynamic wasn't the same until you see them go at it with each other. But the interaction with Andrew, it was more comical and more inviting than his actual character is in the last two films, which is a breath of fresh air. This is how we wanted to see Andrew in both of his films, which he wasn't for the most part.
Well, CT does mention a good point, and I think this really plays to what you guys like to say. With Toby, and he says specifically, when he said the real Spider-Man, and Toby walks in, that was a nice little nod to Toby's Spider-Man.
That's a nod.
But yeah, he was kind of awkward and weird, like he was out peeping Tommy or something. You're like, I'm not Spider-Man tonight. I'm watching some chick get undressed somewhere on the rooftop or something.
Or he was getting ready to go fight crime when the portal opened. Don't you badmouth Toby.
Well, they were on.
I'll give you this. Toby is more in line with the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko era of Spider-Man, just because he's supposed to be the awkward, nerdy teenager type of dude, and coming into manhood, he still has his awkwardness, which plays point to who Peter Parker is. He can grow, but he's still who he is. It's like any one of us. If we were all in high school together, we were all nerds, geeks at one point or another, and we either hid it or we were awkward around people or something of a sort, and we still carry that with us moving into the future.
Yeah, and it was interesting that he, when he was talking about his relationship status, how he was describing that, like maybe he was separated from Mary Jane. It wasn't that he lost her, but
he said it's complicated.
Yeah, it was complicated. So I wonder if they're
taking
got
Peter B. Parker vibes. I got
story arc from Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse, that kind of thing.
I'm with you, Maz.
Because that was the actual Peter Parker. That was Maguire's Parker. If you watch Into the Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker was Maguire's Parker.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch all the things that when he does the recap, that's all the stuff that we saw happen in the Maguire Raimi verse. That was not the stuff that we saw happen anywhere else. The other one was all from a different Earth. Yep. Like when he punches the car and stuff, and he's younger. He's probably Garfield Spider-Man at that point. But if you want to equate it to one of the Spider-Man,
I don't know. When I saw both of them on the screen, I screamed.
Toby
so
get the symbiote.
So
you screamed.
Yeah, like when Garfield showed up, I screamed in the theater. I was like, "Woo!" And then when they
You're like,
showed Toby,
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Woo! Everybody was
Bro,
clapping.
my wife gave me the only look. My wife gave me the only
Does
look.
she have
like,
you look at that? Is that what you're saying?
Like the whole theater went nuts
No,
when I
she
went
gave
to
me
go
the
see
look
it.
like that. But she was like this, and she looked at me like that. Like, you can read people's eyes. She never seen me that excited for a film. Because every time we go to the movies together, we're good. I'm like, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. I was literally talking to myself in the film, not paying attention to her or anyone else in the theater. I'm literally like, yes, just going crazy in the theater, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the UK, here in the UK, no one ever goes crazy in the cinema. Like when Captain America got Thor's hammer, there was, not even a single noise. But
Oh.
in this movie, when Andrew turned up, and especially Matt Murdock as well, it was just crazy. I've never
See, I don't
been in an audience like
know
that.
how you could watch Endgame and not have that crazy audience reaction, man. I'm so happy I did
I
not
know, it's just, I
take
don't know what it
advantage of
is.
that job at the time and just watch it by myself. I'm so happy I watched that around people because that was like
Yeah.
a sporting event. That was like an experience. That wasn't just like going to watch a movie. I mean, usually when I'm watching a movie, I'm like, can you put that phone away? Can you stop making all that noise with that bag? Just dump the stuff in your hand. Let's move on. And no, man, Endgame, dude, it was like a ride. We were just going nuts. So I couldn't fathom in the UK that people were like that at all.
I know. When I see audience reactions online and stuff, it's just like completely different experience.
Yeah, that's how
For
it
some
was.
reason, yeah, everyone's just depressed over here. I don't know why.
And I go back and I watch those reactions too because it gets me back into where I was when I watched that movie.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh man. CT, where do I rate this? Where do you rate this? I put just below Endgame. Yeah, it's not quite Endgame. They are a little ham-handed with some of the stuff, but it's still really good. I'm gonna put it somewhere around, and this isn't my feelings on the movie, but it got received really well. I'm gonna put it somewhere around Thor Ragnarok, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's better or worse than it, but it's gonna be on par with that. I think with like Thor Ragnarok for me. Does that make sense to you guys? What do you guys think? Where would you guys rate this, Lou?
Bro, between this and Endgame, this is a close second to Endgame.
So you're putting this at like
Close
Infinity
second
War
to
level.
Endgame.
You're putting this up to Infinity War.
This is Endgame level. This is Endgame level.
But it's not. It's close.
It's there. Nah, it's there. The reason why it's not 100% because it's only Spider-Man. It's not everybody that we, connected, had the connective tissue, but it's different because it's the connective tissue with Spider-Man. So
No, I see
you
what
either
you're
have iterations of the same character done it in different takes versus everybody in the MCU you come to know and love. So, I love Spider-Man, but you can't, take that away.
All right. So Ben, where are you rating this at?
I mean, I'm one of those people that prefers Infinity War over Endgame. So my number one is Infinity War. And the Angry Mob, I'm ready for it, but I would actually put this as second and then Endgame as third.
Wow. All right. So I'm the one lowballing it right now with Thor Ragnarok, which wasn't a bad movie. It was actually pretty high in the top 5, I think. But I'm not giving it that full. Yeah, I didn't have any audience applause moments in my viewing. Of course, I was watching it on a weekday. CT, Cigars and Bacon. Where are you going to put this?
I would put this. I'm more of a Spider-Man fan. So for me, it would be Spider-Man, Infinity War, Endgame.
Okay. So you're putting it above those. So I'm the one lowballing it. I got it with Ragnarok. Now, if I were voting with all the material out there, if anybody knows me knows that I put Into the Spider-Verse above Endgame.
Oh yeah. Well, if we're including that, that's like
so
100 steps above everything.
But it would probably be top 5 would be Into the Spider-Verse. Endgame Infinity
Into
War,
the
they could flip
Spider-Verse,
flop,
Into the
you
Spider-Verse,
know,
that's my
Thor
top five.
Ragnarok, and then No Way Home would be battling it out with Thor Ragnarok right around there in the top 4. You know, they'll share the top 4 for me. The only reason that I put it that low is just the story was done well, but it seemed kind of they'd made some really dumbish decisions on some of the stuff too. I understand that they were trying to make Peter still be like a kid. Like I mean, Doctor Strange even asked, he's like, "You didn't think to call these people before you had me do this spell?" Parker's a little smarter, you know, I think, than just go run off and do a spell. But I know they were trying to go for that. He's a kid. He's, you know, he's looking towards a mentor to try to get this thing done for him, yada, yada, yada. But I also kind of feel like that was just too convenient as a plot device and just, you know, the small little beratement.
Well, if he would have made the call,
huh?
Then the movie would have been over.
Well,
if he would have made the call,
yes,
then the movie would have been over.
I get that, but it just felt like lazy writing on that front. I mean, I see where they're going with it, and you know, I didn't disagree with the fact that he had Strange do that, but I think that they should have put a few more obstacles in his way before he just went over to Strange and said, "Do this for me." It felt like lazy writing to me, and that was one of the problems I had with the movie. And yeah, so again, I'm not knocking the movie though. I enjoyed it. I was able to step out of my head and watch it and enjoy it. But as far as just things that I can nitpick on, that's one of them. That's one of the things that kind of bothered me, that he just kind of tossed in all their fate, you know, because he's smarter than that. He would understand what this could possibly entail. I mean, I don't know. Just me putting words in his mouth, I guess. CT says above Ragnarok. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have, as he has mentioned, I didn't have a lot of audience applause stuff going on in my showing, which was sad because I mean I was there getting ready to do it. I was kind of giving the golf claps, like, yeah, I'll clap louder if I hear other people join in. But no, there was none of that. It was just, I was a little sad.
No, my theater, everybody went bananas. And here's the crazy part: I had all the teenagers that came to hang out for the weekend for my showing. So you had people talking. You had people in my row just talking that shit, and we're like, shh, like we can't hear you. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I hate that crap, man.
Like we're basically, yeah, exactly. Like literally, I stood up to tell them, yo, shut up, and everybody just. I'm a big guy. I'm 300 pounds. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna make you get out. When I get up, you shut up. That's it.
So CT says he had a problem with Strange being out of the picture for so long. You know, back of his mind was like, why is he taking so long? Well, one, because Ned took away his ring, so he couldn't get back. And Wong was, I think, probably left him there as punishment, to be honest with you. I think Wong knew exactly where he was if he's a Sorcerer Supreme like he says he is. I think Wong had a pretty good idea what was going on and probably left him there. What do you think?
Wasn't Wong on vacation? Was it Wong?
I forget where Wong said he was going, but
wasn't Wong on vacation though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he went back to the original.
He went on vacation of some sort, but
no, he had to go. There was a meeting between all the Sorcerer Supremes he was attending.
Oh, okay, wasn't it? So he was busy doing other shit. He was busy doing other crap.
But Strange can't just get himself out of there.
He didn't. Doctor Strange didn't come back until Ned
opened the portal. Yeah. But I'm saying he had no way to get himself out of there. So
yeah, that's a good creative way to get somebody out and then bring them back in, you know. And really you only need Doctor Strange to help with the chaos towards the end, because this is technically a Spider-Man movie, not an Avengers movie. It's just like with Iron Man. Iron Man came in for a few seconds, did his thing, and that was it.
Yep. Plus, he was probably filming Multiverse of Madness.
But see, the whole Doctor Strange bit, like when Parker takes him out, man, and puts him in there, there's a perfect example of why I'm mad at him for just going straight to Strange in the first place. I mean, look how quickly he figured out the interdimensional workings of the Mirrorverse, so he could use that against Strange and make that, you know, get out of that situation. I mean, he's a smart kid. I think he would have thought
Yeah, I
of
know
more
what
than
you mean.
just I got to go get the whole universe
Well-
changed just because people know who I am. It just seemed like I
Well, he
had
was
to.
also
see-
panicking and not thinking straight. He just wanted to fix the situation and it fast.
Well, then Strange could have said, "Hey, did you call anybody?" You know. And in
Well,
fact, didn't that conversation
what-
happen
no.
before he cast the spell, or was it after?
Strange just wanted him to call somebody for college, those
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
purposes. But he still
Yeah.
needed people to forget that he was Spider-Man. Strange
Yeah.
was still
But see,
needed.
I think what would have mitigated the whole situation, if he made a wish that people forgot who was Mysterio, negating the whole situation of finding out that he's Peter Parker.
Yeah,
If they would have
there's
forgot about
probably easier
Mysterio,
ways they could have done it. Yeah, but that
that would
was
have been
part of the
so
lazy
easy, but
writing.
he
Kind of
doesn't
like
think-
kind of like when everybody was like asking during Infinity War, where it's like, why don't they just cut his hand off? Why why do they gotta sit there and keep fighting for the gauntlet? Why don't they just Strange his hand off? With the zippy,
Yeah.
So, it's just those little lazy writings, and I've just felt it was more evident watching this than, although I was pretty mad at them during Infinity War. It's like, why didn't he just bloop? He just did it at the beginning of the movie. Why didn't he just bloop, take the damn glove off? But yeah, it's just.
I think
Like I said, it's a great movie. I just don't quite put it up there with Infinity War and Endgame.
I think while when you're talking about forgetting who Mysterio is, they were while writing the movie, they were probably like considering how to move on Spider-Man and let him, become Spider-Man instead of like Spider-Boy. So they had to make everyone forget about him and let him move on from Zendaya and Ned, and so that was probably why.
This is true.
No, that makes sense.
This is true. This is true. But I'm saying for Peter being as smart as he is, he should have just wished for Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like if,
No.
we're thinking about intelligence and the whole mirrorverse and stuff, that would have been automatic to negate this. Forget this individual, and you will forget about me. That's
You all
basically
seem to
it.
forget that
about
we were
him 'cause
18
everybody
once.
loved him.
And when you're 18, you don't think straight when you're panicking.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It could be
Bingo
too.
cigars. Bingo.
Could be true. Could be true. I can't speak for every 18-year-old anymore, man. It's 20 some odd years since I was that old. Actually, shoot. Yeah.
No, I gotta be hip with this. I got a daughter, bro.
Yeah. My kid's actually 10 years older than that, man. Jeez. But yeah, all in all, though, I enjoyed the movie. I'm going to watch it again, but I will wait until it comes out in physical media and I can watch it at my leisure. I'm not going to probably go back to the
me
theater
too.
and see it. It's too expensive.
Get that bad boy on 4K and enjoy it at home.
Get that Steelbook,
Yeah.
watch that,
Yeah.
and Ghostbusters
seen-
Afterlife back to back.
Have you seen the 2 steelbooks that are coming out for it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the U.S. release, though, because I know Best Buy is going to have one. And so I'm not going to order from Zavvi, which is more expensive. I don't get any tracking with my shipment. And
I want that one that shows his new costume from the end of the movie. That one looks cool.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Oh, they
that
got
one.
one with that, have they?
What's that?
They have one with his new outfit.
Yeah, for the steelbook. That's the
Oh,
one I
that's
want to
cool.
get.
Well, all that artwork I think is still pending approval, though, too.
I was going to say, surely they'll chuck, when a few weeks pass, they'll officially put Andrew and Toby on the steelbook. You would think, wouldn't you?
I don't know if they'll go that far.
Quick
but,
question.
Who knows? Maybe.
Quick question. All right. So with everything that's happened thus far with Spider-Man, what do you hope for the following film? The following film after this one. What do you hope to see?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. What do we hope to see about what?
I was saying, after this film, what do you hope to see next?
For
Like
Spider-Man?
The next film, period. For
Spider-Man film.
Just the next film. Not the next 3 films, just the next film.
The next film, I want the symbiote to catch up to him. I want to have a whole movie of him being Black Parker.
Cigars?
Same thing.
Yeah, I'd say the same as well.
Black Parker.
Not necessarily Venom, just the
Gotcha,
symbiote
gotcha.
Spider-Man. And then the second movie is when he's, or
Okay.
even the third movie separates. Somewhere around there. I want him to be black suit Spider-Man.
Okay. But who's the villain? That's my question. Who's the villain?
They can do the Kraven storyline there if they want.
Yeah.
Kraven storyline would work
Craven?
fine for that.
What do you think, Cigars?
Yeah, but I mean, they're supposed to be doing Craven solo, but if they do Craven solo and we just do symbiote, and for a bad guy, Scorpion,
That'd be another good one.
That'd be cool.
like
Villain.
Sea Scorpion.
That'll be
Yeah.
nice. That'll be nice.
I'd like some payoff from that Scorpion tease they gave us in the first movie.
Oh,
Exactly, because he's pissed at
yeah.
Spider-Man. So
So
Beyond
CT
Pissed.
asked, how did S.H.I.E.L.D. fall for Mysterio? He told them he was from another universe for crying out loud. No one was like, let's look at his DNA. This is a good point,
That's
course,
because they're not. It's
Nick Fury
here's the
wasn't
reason
really
why.
there.
There were scrolls.
Yeah, there was
There
scrolls.
were scrolls. And here's another thing: they were already rebuilding after their whole debacle with Hydra. They weren't at 100% completion. They were toppled by Hydra.
Yeah, but if Nick
then they
Fury
had
was
a-
actually there, he would have been onto him a lot faster. He would have been.
Oh,
he would
yeah,
have done some due
but there was
diligence.
a scroll. Like,
Definitely. Now I have a question for you. Who pulled the trigger on the pager? Was it the scroll or was it the actual Nick Fury
Oh, that was Fury.
when they
That
got
was Fury.
snapped? That was Fury?
I think it was Fury. Yeah. I don't think Fury was replaced until the snap came back. In fact, I think what happened is actually a scroll probably took over for him because he snapped.
That makes more sense than anything else
that's a
I've
good
ever
point.
heard. That's a great point, Maz.
Because they were friendly and all. They were like, "Oh man, we can't have this void here. We got to have somebody getting all this intel. Intel's coming. Need somebody to collect it." So, yeah, and that's why you got the dude and his wife,
Ooh.
Scroll wife, playing Fury and Maria Hill.
Maria Hill, yeah. Oh, question. Did Marvel say that they were going to do a Secret Invasion, correct? And that's going to be a
Yep.
film,
It's
or is
coming
that
down
going
the
to be
line.
a series?
I think it's a
It's supposed
Disney
to be a
Plus
film?
series. I think it's a Disney Plus series.
Series.
I
All
think.
right, give me 1 second.
I thought it was supposed to be a
One.
film.
I could be wrong. Jeez, man. I thought I saw it on the series lineup though. I could be wrong though. Shit. I'm old. I forget things.
It is past your bedtime.
It is past my bedtime. Well, actually, no. Tonight, past my bedtime is after Hawkeye. But I do need to eat dinner at some point. I haven't eaten since 2:00 this afternoon. Kind of hungry. I thought Lou had something he wanted to say.
Okay, I am back. I'm back. We were talking about the Secret Invasion, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, hold on a second.
If they have Secret Invasion episode, who would be the opposition to the Skrulls?
What?
Like, would they use the Thunderbolts team to go against the Skrulls as their new Avengers? Like the Dark Avengers being the new Avengers? Like, what do you
I'm not
think?
entirely sure because I read Secret Invasion. I got confused like halfway through it. This is why I don't like Bendis's writing. He did a horrible job keeping me up to date what the hell is going on. I read that with all kinds of confusion. And of course, the moment that really pissed me off when they reneged the whole Black Bolt World War Hulk thing. So, yeah, I don't know who they're going to actually put up against it, to be honest with you. But I like to see how they do the Super Scrolls, how that comes out.
That won't be until Fantastic Four.
I don't know how they're going to do Secret Invasion, seeing how they killed the Avengers.
So Ben says you got to cut out in like 10 minutes. We're probably going to actually wrap up the stream around then, actually, because like I said, I do want to eat, and I'm getting kind of hungry. So
no, you don't.
What's that?
I said no, you don't. You don't want to eat. You don't want to eat.
Yeah, I do. I know just what I want to: a bologna sandwich, a bologna sandwich.
Oh, CT603 brought up a good point. CT603 brought up a good point. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I said that. Fantastic, like
that's where the Super Scrolls are going to come in.
So Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So
and then Spider-Man will probably be joining the Fantastic Four for that fight because
they got to put the bag on his head. They got to put the bag on his head. I want a paper bag. I want a Hot Toy paper bag Spider-Man.
That would be a nice segue into Future Foundation if Spider-Man actually showed the Fantastic Four how to actually be a team for superhero work versus space work. Being that Fantastic Four were all astronauts.
But going back to the Spider-Man movie real quick before we go, one of my favorite scenes actually, somebody mentioned earlier, was when they were all swinging together. But I don't know if anybody everybody caught it. Is how they swung off of each other's web, like they did a little formation and
and they picked up both of them in midair. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I dug that, man. But Hot Toy that I'm looking forward to the most out of this is going to be a Doc Ock. I want a real Doc Ock. Followed closely by that new suit Spider-Man from the end of the movie, and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Yeah, Penny, I did the thumbs up thing earlier, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did that a while ago. We stopped talking about Hawkeye like 30 minutes ago. I'm sorry. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: when they were web swinging, the interaction of their web swinging was so awesome. Like when I believe it was Andrew who went and web swinged and he was falling, he kind of picked up Toby and Tom and swung them over and then picked himself back up with a web line from
it was just really cool.
They kept it going. I think it. Oh man, the way they implemented it was awesome. And funny thing is, the images we saw of them landing and all that other stuff on the Statue of Liberty. I saw a trailer leak with all of them in it, and I sent it to Nate, and he's like, "Oh, that's a fake." And I looked at it again. I'm like, it's not a fake. That's a rough cut of the trailer. And they didn't even put that into the thing. This is part of the film. I'm like, damn, that shit is crazy. It's just crazy,
it was awesome.
Man. I love it.
It had a lot of great moments in it, man. It did. Yeah.
I loved it when Andrew and Toby went to Tom after they came through the portal and started speaking about Uncle Ben and Gwen, and I loved that scene.
Yeah, it was great when they were trying to say, we all have our. It was kind of like Into the Spider-Verse moment where like we all had our Uncle Ben thing, our origin story kind of thing. And I think that's what really is.
Thing though, I found this very odd though. Both Toby and Andrew had their Ben moment, and they also had their independent moment of someone that they loved and lost. For Toby, it was Harry. For Andrew, it was Stacy. And for Tom, we never see Uncle Ben. We don't know what happened to Uncle Ben other than something bad happened.
And we don't know if it
was Spider-Man at the time.
It was Tony Stark. Tony Stark was his.
Go. See, I knew I was missing something.
Because May was his Uncle Ben.
May that triggered it.
Yeah, May was his Uncle Ben. So May was the origin story thing, but Tony Stark is the one that really, is the other one, like the other.
But Gwen, but for Andrew, for Gwen to be his reason of being bitter, like that made sense. But it wasn't what made him into Spider-Man. It was the Uncle Ben. So it kind of like
May
threw
was
me
the one
off,
he actually
but
felt responsible for her loss. So that's the one that forced him to grow up. Whereas Tony Stark, he still had backup when he passed, and he of course wasn't directly resulting in the reason why Tony Stark died. He was there for it, but he wasn't. He didn't have any reason to feel that he was the cause of his death. Whereas May was that for him.
Yeah.
She was the death that he
direct
really could have avoided had he not
Yeah.
messed with the multiverse.
Well, it was May like really pushing
Gotcha.
for Peter to save all the villains, wasn't it?
Yeah. May wanted him to do it.
Yep.
So-
Like we help people. That's what we do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if she was intrinsic point or pivotal point with Feast, that says a lot about helping people in need, regardless if they've done something bad and stuff. That she shows that they have hope one way or another.
Yeah.
And
That was a great movie, man.
bro,
I enjoyed it immensely.
I love it. So if you had to choose between this or Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I have not finished watching Ghostbusters Afterlife or anything like that. I got spoiled, but I'm gonna have to watch it. Which one do you prefer as the movie, the top
They're
tier
two different
movie?
movies, man.
Ghostbusters or this one?
They're two different movies. I can't put them together against each other. I would probably watch them back to back, like one and then the other.
Yeah. Two different
He's
different franchises.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not like putting it's apples and oranges, man. It's not the same thing. But he's not hearing us right now. He's working. So when he comes back, we'll field this question. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up though. After he comes back, and field this. Damn people coming in there. How dare they? Even though he's muted, I hope they can hear me curse them. That they can hear me curse them for coming in there and bothering him.
How dare you?
Anybody watch The Witcher? I watched that this week too.
Oh yeah, I've watched the first one, the first episode.
Yeah, I finished.
The
It's
new
only
one.
like 7 or 8 episodes. Isn't that long? I finished it in a day.
Was it like any good?
Well, considering the first one, because haven't read the books and I haven't really played the game, but I watched the first one, and the fact that they make no distinction the time jumps, like as you're watching it, you kind of have to put that together yourself. Like, oh wait, we're not in the now. Second season doesn't do that to you, thankfully, but it made me so I didn't go refresh on the first season again before I watched the second season though. So it took me a couple of episodes to kind of figure out where the hell I was again.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't Arcane level. Arcane was still by far.
Oh my god, Arcane was amazing.
What's that?
Arcane was amazing, just out of nowhere, a random show, and it was just so good.
Yeah, it's an amazing show.
Yeah. So
Lou,
I heard you guys. You guys
Oh,
said
okay.
that they're two different movies. They're not in the same subject.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't pit them against each other, man. They're two different.
Well, if you had, but my thing is not to put them against each other. If you had to pick one to rewatch, let's say you had these two films and you had an opportunity to rewatch one of them again, which one would you pick?
Well, considering I just watched Spider-Man, I'd probably watch Afterlife again right now. And then tomorrow I'd probably watch Spider-Man again.
Okay, but you had to pick one. The first one will be Afterlife for you. Got it.
Well, because Spider-Man's
you,
most recent in
Cigars?
my head. So.
No, I get you. Cigars, what about you?
Both.
He's like, I'm not picking.
All right. Both. He's not picking.
Speaking of
Ben?
Afterlife, though.
I mean, I haven't watched Afterlife, so be no way home from
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So you're in the same mindset as me. Like, okay, I gotta see this shit and just, decide.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I still have to see Afterlife, but for a movie thus far that I've seen out of the Marvel, this is the best. This is the best film. It's better than Black Widow, better than Eternals, better than Shang-Chi. So.
Well, there you have it, guys. Yeah, we saw the Matrix announcement. Is that a car fact? Did you see the Fennec Shan drop? They announced the pre-order stuff for that. We're still waiting for the prices to come up, but we talked about that earlier in the stream. So if you want to go back and check that out, we go over that. We're about to go though for the night. So, but everybody else, they saw the Matrix tease, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a tease before, right? So.
I'm gonna go see what's new.
Probably only be getting Keanu anyway, so.
Probably. Yeah.
Someone got pruned.
But kids, I'm gonna have to go, man. I need to eat. I'm getting like to the point where I can feel my body eating itself now, like must eat food. So I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm donating fat this year for winter. So if you guys want some fat, I'm donating 2 pounds of fat per person. That's $35 a pop. So you just let me know if you want some.
I don't think I need to go that far, but guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. Make sure you like the if you like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And of course, always come check me out Saturday night. We'll be doing another live stream. And Geeking Out is on Wednesday night. So check that out as well if you're not already a part of that. Anything anybody guys would like to add before we go?
No, I'm good.
Oh yeah, happy holidays. Shit.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Good call, dude.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, and respect each other, love each other, and drink the water.
I finally finished my drink from the movie theater.
Hey, you make sure no bathroom breaks. It's like I gotta see this.
No, I didn't drink for like the first hour, and then it was like a little sip. It was like just a little bit. I made it all the way through.
Nice.
All right, but anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys this weekend. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Have a great weekend or a great holiday, and don't forget to just collect what you guys like or something. I gotta find my own catchphrase. It's not gonna work.
collect what you love.
Collect what you don't like. Ha! If you don't like it, buy it.
No, if you don't like it, give it to Maz.
Get your ass to Maz. Anyway, guys, have a great night. Happy holidays. Enjoy.
See you.
Do it.
Gotta hit that button.